Welcome to Zaxby's Field on this beautiful Friday night as we prepare for the first matchup of the year between the 2-2 Liberty North Eagles and the 1-3 St. Joe Central Indians. Fans on the home side are decked out in their Navy homecoming attire, and I know everybody here is hyped to get this North Nation's homecoming game underway. North Nation Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, serving communities all over the Northland and Liberty on 5 Victory Lane. All North Nation games are live streamed on northnationmedia.com, Channel 1. Tell your friends and relatives all over the country to watch northnationmedia.com. And if you're into Twitter, follow us at knet_news for updates and news from every angle. North Nation Sports Game of the Week is produced in part by Niles Media Group, supporting educational broadcast excellence in our community. Parents, the PTA is the Liberty North is the Eagles Club. Get involved with your kids' education today at North Nation with the Eagle Club. Crowley Furniture is a proud supporter of our broadcasting program here at Liberty North, and we appreciate your support. Make sure you all visit their showroom in Liberty. And finally, Rancho Grande Cantina is our food sponsor for the North Nation Media crew broadcasting tonight's game. Come check them out for great daily specials, as well as specials during the Chiefs games. They are always available for catering and carry-out orders. I'm Cola Masters alongside Trady Garment, and we're both really ready to be with you guys tonight.
That's right, Cole. We're here to call this exciting interconference matchup tonight between the 2-2 Liberty North Eagles and the 1-3 St. Joe Central Indians. This is a big game for Liberty North, as this is their homecoming football game here on their home turf. In their previous matchups, the Eagles have usually dominated, as they have beaten them 2 of the last 3 times over the past 5 years of the programs. The Eagles are hoping to get above 500 with this game and get their second win in a row. As for the Indians, they are hoping to improve to a 2-3 record and go to 2-1 in their conference. And just a quick reminder, this game is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, Niles Media Group, and the Eagle Club.
And Liberty North prepares to kick off here behind their strong kicker, Brady Pohl.
Number 5, Brady Pohl.
I really like the decision to get the ball from St. Joe Central, as if they can get out a quick start, it'll really get their offense moving.
Goes up the middle, and he's tackled down at around the 14-yard line in Eagle territory.
Yep, great job by the Eagles by swarming to the ball. They didn't let that ball carrier get anywhere on that return.
No, they did not. All right, out come the Eagle defense, led behind leader Malachi Hughes with a grand total of 16 tackles on the year. That's a great number to start off with, especially since he's been a great defensive presence for this team.
Yep, Malachi has been a beast all 3 seasons that he's got varsity reps for the Eagles. He's the middle linebacker and the anchor of their defense. He'll be calling out plays to the other players, and really expect him to have a big impact on tonight's game.
Behind the helm for the Indians, number 8, Taylor Wells is the quarterback.
Yep, expect a lot of runs from the Indians. Taylor Wells is not afraid to run it, as well as their other 2 running backs they like to hand it off to. They don't pass a lot, as they only threw the ball like a few times last week and only threw for about 7 yards. But their rushing attack is really where St. Joe Central can hurt you.
Yes, it can. That was Jake Judah on the handoff, getting about 4 or 5 yards there. It's going to bring up second down for the Indians.
And Jake Judah had a big week last week, as he had 10 carries for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Close behind. And the snap. It's going to be another run play, straight up the middle. He's just eaten up. Tackle going to number 90. Jersey Braden on the tackle there. Stuffed up, getting about 2, maybe 1 yard there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the St. Joe Central Indians.
Yep, so far a good start for the Eagles on defense. They haven't let St. Joe Central get any breathing room. Haven't even got out of their own 20-yard line.
Set up here in a 2-back formation. Wells from shotgun. Snap. Looks maybe an option read. Oh, but it's just going to get eaten up, probably for a loss of yard there.
Yeah, that's what you call the little RPO, the run-pass option. The quarterback has the option to either hand the ball off to the running back if he sees something he likes, or he had a receiver on the left running a route. If he liked what he saw there, he could have thrown it to him, but he ends up handing it off, and the Eagles stopped him in his tracks, and that'll bring up a 4th down for the Indians, and they will punt.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick 3-and-out for the Indians. Not really what you're looking for if you're rooting for St. Joe in this game, but if you're rooting for the Eagles, that's a really good start, getting only 6 yards in offense on the first drive.
Yep, and the Eagles seem to know exactly what they were in for, as they expected run 3 times, and they got run 3 times, and that showed.
Yes, that was a Not a great punt, but a pretty good return.
That's number 85, Luke Matthews,
Yes,
the
number 85,
junior
Luke
receiver.
Matthews, getting a pretty good return on that ball, getting it to about the Indian 34 there.
Yep, and the Eagles are already starting in good field position. Coach Jones has to love where they're starting this game. They're going to be within striking position early. Looks like we have a crunch right formation from the Eagles. Keyshawn Turner in the backfield.
Van Dyne with the snap. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to Keyshawn to the outside. He gets it pretty much 6 or 7 yards there on a pretty good run.
Yeah, just a little counter action for the Eagles. They're going to have Keyshawn line up on the left, giving the ball around the right, and run to the strong side. They had 3 receivers out there blocking ahead for him, and he was able to pick up a quick 6 yards on that.
That's going to be 2nd and 5 from this. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. Pretty good start, almost in the red zone now. This looks like it's going to be another handoff to Keyshawn. Escapes one tackle, escapes another. Looks like he's going to get a couple yards, turning something in, or nothing into something there.
Yeah, real hard run from Keyshawn. He tried to get away. He wasn't able to get too much out of that, but he didn't really have a lot to work with. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. Very manageable situation for the Eagles here.
4 yards to go for North Nation.
Making sure everyone's on the same page is that big snap coming into the first quarter, separating maybe a field goal from a touchdown here. So it's going to be a...
It was like a fake handoff. Van Dyne booted around the right side, and it looks like a big play for the Eagles.
Oh,
And it looks like a touchdown.
touchdown, Liberty North.
Couldn't quite tell who that was to, but it looks like from the reactions that it was Garrett Land. So a huge play for the Eagles here on just a 3rd play from scrimmage. Wow, what a start for the Eagles.
Yeah, looks like they faked out to Keyshawn on the outside and then went back and made a pass to number 25, Garrett Lynn there.
Yeah, and their first 2 plays, they ran very similar plays as to that one, except this time they faked it and got St. Joe Central off guard and had an open receiver in the end zone. That was Garrett Lynn. Great pass from Jake Van Dyne, and quick score for the Eagles and a great start for them too.
Yep, and Brady Pohl secures that extra point, and it's going to be 7-0 Eagles.
And if you're St. Joe Central, you cannot let Liberty North get good field position again. They need to get something going on offense so they don't put themselves in a hard situation on defense. And if you're Liberty North, you're going to want to pin them deep again. If they can kick the ball a little short of the end zone and stop them before the 20-yard line, that'll be successful for them. And if they can continue to win the field position battle like they did there on those first drives, they'll be very successful in this game.
Yes, they will. And it looks like they've brought out the extra stands again for the band, as it is a very big crowd tonight. It is Liberty North's homecoming game.
Okay, now let's take a quick replay of that smooth touchdown. All right, now let's look at it. And and it was actually A.J. Wood that caught the touchdown. A great diving catch from him. And wow, what a catch. He actually had a touchdown last week. His only catch was a touchdown, and his first catch of this game is a touchdown. So great play from A.J. Wood.
Yes, great start for the Eagles.
It looks like the Eagles will kick it again. And it looks to be a touchback. Yep. And you'll see the Eagles always will run through the end zone on touchbacks on the kickoff. Just to show a little bit of dominance over the other teams, to show off a little bit.
I'm expecting a lot of touchbacks today. As Brady Pohl's got quite a powerful leg, and they don't really want to give Indians a chance to run back a touchdown. So we'll see a lot of touchbacks today.
It looks like we will see the Taylor Wells-led offense for St. Joe Central another time, and they're going to look to do a little better than they did on the last drive.
Yes, definitely try and get a first down here and get something going.
Looks like we have a pass play.
It's going to be a catch.
And it is caught.
About a 12-yard gain. Number 18, Jake Judah on the catch. It's going to be a first down, the first first down for the Indians tonight.
Yep, Jake Judah coming out of the backfield as running back on that play, but was able to escape free from the linebackers and just slipped in the open zone and made a nice catch along the outside. And that's a good start for the Indians on this drive. They didn't even get a first down on the last drive, so things are looking up for them already.
Snap. It's going to be another.
Oh, it looks like we have
an
a
option read, and Taylor Wells is just going to take that one, maybe get a yard or two off that play.
Yep, the classic double option. He can hand it up to the running back going up the middle, or he can fake that, and then he'll have, or excuse me, it's a triple option. So then he can pitch it to the running back or along the outside, depending on what the defensive end does. And then if the defensive end crashes, he'll toss it, and if the defensive end stays home, he'll keep it himself. And then after that, he could toss it out to running back coming along the outside. So quarterback has a lot of options just depending on what he reads along the outside.
He's going to grab 2 yards on that play. Wells again. Looks like it may be a pass to the outside. And it's going to be completed.
Oh, and it is caught. Wow, what a catch. St. Joe Central getting things moving along.
Number 16, Landon Pasley with the catch there. Pretty good gain for the Indians, getting to about midfield, probably 2 yards short. They're at the 47 or the 48.
Yeah, and Landon Pasley is a huge player on their team. He plays both sides of the ball, and he's actually their leading tackler. He has 34 on the season, including an interception and a sack. So expect him to have a big impact on tonight's game. And he also is their leading receiver, as he has 9 catches, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season.
Looks like there's going to be a false start. That's a costly mistake by the Indians there. Looks like maybe number 32 on the line. Number 32. Alex Cottle there. He's going to lose 5. It's going to be 1st and 15 from around the Indian 43.
The Indians are going to look to continue their good drive right now, as they're about midfield. They're going to hope to get some points out of this one.
Wide receiver in motion. Oh, it looks like the run play just did not come out there, and it's going to be eaten up by a swarm of Eagles. It's going to be a loss of 2 or 3. They're going to bring up 2nd and long.
Yeah, the ball carrier was number 33, Hunter Madison. Yeah, he really did not have anywhere to go on that play. The Eagles snuffed that out way behind the line of scrimmage. And the St. Joe Central Indians will get even farther behind the chains here, as it looks like they have about 2nd and 20.
Yeah, so that's a tough one to come back from right there after having a penalty and then kind of a busted play. It puts you in a really tough spot here for the Indians.
Absolutely.
And a snap. Looks like maybe another read option. No, it's going to be pass play. Looks like maybe never developed.
Can't quite tell what's going on right now.
Well, maybe a sack there, loss of 8 yards. Maybe a run play that never panned out, but whatever way it happened, St. Joe's going to lose a bunch of yards, and this is going to be a really, really difficult 3rd down for the Indians coming up here.
Yeah, I don't think the Indians really expect to get this one. Expect just like a simple draw play or a screen play. They're going to try to catch the ball real short and get a lot of yards after the catch.
Yeah, they don't want to give Liberty North great field position again, so they'll probably just try and get as much yards as they can here.
Yep, and
probably not going to be able to get a bunch here.
It's a little draw.
He's going to get eaten up again.
Yep, and that was the run pass option again. He had the running back waiting for him in case he wanted to hand the ball off, or he could have thrown the ball, and obviously handed the ball off, and they were not able to get much out of that play. And that will bring up the 2nd point of the day for the Indians on just their 2nd drive.
And that was tackle leader Malachi Hughes, middle linebacker, just reading that and then coming up strong and making the tackle there.
Yeah, he read that one perfect. He knew that the run play was his responsibility on that one. He didn't have anybody in coverage because it would have been that running back. So he just came up on him, and he pretty much just clobbered him.
Looks like maybe a better kick this time.
It looks like A.J. Wood will get a chance to return it. And looks like he got a few yards on the return. Liberty North will take over with good field position once again. It looks like looks like they get into Indian territory at about the 46-yard line. 47-yard line is about where they're going to spot it. And, more good field position for the Eagles. They're going to look to convert off of this again as they did last drive.
Pretty good return. Going to get him pretty good field position for the Eagles as Jake Van Dyne comes out to start his 2nd drive, hopefully being another scoring drive for the Eagles.
Yeah, Van Dyne is looking to use that big arm of his here again on this drive.
He steps back in the pocket, plenty of time, and Jake takes a
Showing
shot down
that
the
big
field.
arm.
It was going to be
And he does
caught.
complete
AJ Wood, and it's going to be a touchdown. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
He fought through all those defenders. What a great play by number 4, AJ Wood. Second touchdown of the night.
Wow. I'm speechless. But what is it, like 4 or 5 plays for the Eagles and
That's
2
only 4
touchdowns?
plays on offense, and he's got 13, probably going to be 14 points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Wood already having himself a monster game. 2 long touchdowns. I mean, wow. And if you're the Indians, you got to have better containment than that. You can't let your receivers get open deep.
That's right. AJ Wood now has 3 touchdowns in the season, doubling what he already had tonight in this first game. It's only been 8 minutes in the first quarter. And Brady Pohl going to be good. Let's go check out that touchdown again. Maybe.
And we're trying to bring it up.
There we go.
Beautiful
Pretty good
pass from
catch
Jake.
by
And
Wood, and he escapes 1, 2, 3, 4.
And he gets
4
a
or
nice
5
push
jacking
from,
attempts, then gets a good
push from Garrett Lynn and Warren Bennett. And actually making that catch around 3 defenders. Jake Van Dyne showing a lot of guts, threading the needle on that one. And AJ Wood, makes a play and the touchdown. Huge play for the Eagles. And, great start, 14 points. And we still have over 4 minutes left in this this first quarter.
St. Joe didn't have a great start to the season. They're off 1-3 right now, and they do have a bunch of people playing on both sides of the ball. So it may be a boat race coming out of here, as they may have some of their players just getting too tired, and then this may be a quick victory for the Eagles. But let's see how the Indian offense comes off this, trying to get a score on the board.
Yeah, but if the Indians aren't careful, they're going to get turbo clocked here real quick, and the Eagles are going to be able to bring in some reserves. Indians really need to pick it up on this drive. If they don't score here, if they let the Eagles get more good field position, it's going to be a long game for the Indians.
Lower kick from Pohl there, but it's still going to be a touchback. So the Indians will start at their own 20-yard line again, trying to put some together here behind number 8, Taylor Wells.
Yeah, and getting behind is something that doesn't suit the Indians very well, as they are a running team. They don't have a lot of opportunities for big plays in the air, so they pretty much just try to ground and pound to beat the other team. But when they start getting behind, they can't do that. They're going to have to air it out more, and that kind of shows the weakness of the Indians.
Yeah, combined on the year, they only have 16 catches as a team, which is not great, so it must be a bunch of run plays and not a lot of offense. So we'll see what you decide to do here. And it looks like going to be another run play stopped for about 1 yard.
Yeah, again, that's number 18, Jake Judah, not really able to get anywhere on that play.
Liberty North's run defense hasn't been amazing the whole year, but it looks like they're doing everything that needs to be done so far this first half.
Yeah, and I just expect the Indians to keep on running. They had a lot of success last week running the ball, as they had 5 rushing touchdowns, which is just insane. And they're going to try to get that going this week, but so far they have not had any success on the ground.
Yeah, their running back, Hunter Madison, is averaging 89 yards a game, 6 runs an average carry. So they're looking to maybe extend on that run game, as that pass sails over the head of the receiver. It's going to bring it 3rd and long again for the Indians.
Yeah, the more they get behind, the more they're going to have to pass, and the less comfortable the Indians are going to be. They really need to score on this drive so they continue to play their game. And a big 3rd down here, as if they don't convert it, the Eagles are going to have good territory. Going to have good field position again, and likely be in Indian territory. And that's not something the Indians want to happen
The Indians
again.
have not gotten into Eagle territory. They've been close, but then penalties and sacks and lost yards have really hurt the Indians so far in this first quarter.
Yep, can't afford another loss of yardage on this play. I assume they're gonna air it out here on 3rd and long, and that's not something they're great at. And they will.
Pass. Oh, there may be a pass interference call as the ball does sail over the receiver. Could be maybe a push off.
I would expect that number 1, Tyler Eckersley, was on the coverage. He may have slipped and grabbed the hold of.
Yeah, we're gonna have pass interference.
Yeah. So I'm guessing whenever he slipped, he grabbed the hold of the receiver. I believe that was number 16, Landon Pasley, and Landon Pasley got open, and Tyler Eckersley fell and grabbed the hold of him a little bit, and that's probably where the penalty came.
Well, that'll work for the Indians, getting their 2nd first down of the night. Going to move them up to about the 40, maybe about the 37-yard line, giving them close to midfield here, maybe trying to get across in Eagle territory.
Yeah, they'll take him any way they can get him. First down's first down.
Referees are set again now, and Wells back behind shotgun in their regular two-back formation.
Oh, that's right.
Snap looks like it's going to be a run to the outside again, but it's just going to get eaten up by the Eagle defense.
Yeah, just a
3 or 4 yard gain.
Just a little sweep to the right side, and they really weren't able to get anything out of that from the jump. And they still have not had any success on the ground, and if they can't have success running the ball, there's not going to be much scoring from St. Joe Central's side of the game.
Now, they've already had one moderately big pass play, and then, of course, the pass interference play. So looks like their best bet right now is trying to air this ball out, but they don't really have the confidence to really just do that every play as Jake Van Dyne does with his arm. It looks like they're going to, oh, wow, what a big hit. And Wells is going to scramble out, maybe get a couple yards here.
Yeah, and that's something that Wells is really good at, the scrambling and running side of things. Is he is actually St. Joe Central's third leading rusher on the year, as he has 62 yards, which may not seem like a lot, but for a quarterback, he doesn't get a lot of designed runs. So
No, he doesn't.
a lot of that's just scrambles and him keeping it. So he really can run the ball, and that's something that Liberty North is going to have to look out for.
Yeah, Wells was scrambling out of the pocket there. Only had one blocker and got taken over, so he had to scramble out and get a couple yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and long again for the Indians as they try and convert this first down. Rolls out again. Looks like maybe a pass play.
Just a little bootleg.
It looks like it's going to be caught,
It looks
but
like
just
they
short of the first down.
the running back coming out of the backfield, just running a little arrow route to the flats, and he was able to catch the ball, but didn't have a lot of room to run, so he was stopped short of the first down, and that'll bring up another Indian 4th down.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1, I'm thinking here, so it's probably going to be a punt since they're still in Indian territory, but you never know. You could see a fake punt play trying to catch the Eagles off guard.
Yeah, they are in punt formation, but Eagles need to be on guard at this point in the field. They might, and it looks like they will punt it.
Yeah, they're going to punt it. They did have that. Eagles did have a problem with that 2 weeks ago against Park Hills. There was a muff snap, and the punter just ran straight up the middle of the field, ended up getting a 40-yard gain. So that's something I bet Coach Jones went over with the Eagles, is just making sure that when they do punt, that they make sure they get it off and not give up the middle of the field.
Yeah, and it was little things like that Coach Jones wanted to work on this week. When we spoke to him, he said their theme of the week was refinement, and that they just wanted to work on refining the things that they've put in and just making everything perfect.
Well, this has been the first time Liberty North has started in their own territory with a moderately good punt from the Indians kicker. And it's going to get inside the 15-yard line as Eagles are starting kind of deep in their own territory.
And here it looks like we might have an illegal motion. Yep. And just a quick second to talk about Coach Jones here at Liberty North. He was a very successful coach over at Kearney, had 2 state championship appearances, was at Park Hill South before that, and now he's here, and everyone at North loves him. He hasn't had the greatest record so far, but he really has made a difference in this program. He's rehauled the offense and the defense, and we're now running the spread offense here at Liberty North, and I think it's worked out for the better.
And we had a homecoming assembly the student body did yesterday, and he came out and said a few words, really got the whole crowd hyped. Not everyone at the school is here at this game, but the majority of the people who support the Eagles here are at this game.
A little fake sweep to the outside, handoff to Keyshawn Turner up the middle. He just fought for a couple yards, but not a big gain for the Eagles there.
Yeah, it's going to get a couple yards. Going to bring up maybe 1st and 12, 1st and 13, 2nd and 12, my bad. And Eagles maybe trying to air this one out, get a couple yards, get out of the end zone here, and give Jake Van Dyne a little bit more control here.
Looks like we have a 2 receiver set on the right, Keyshawn Turner in the backfield. The Eagles just ran a little Omaha action where they don't call a play. They just try to fake snap it. And
it's going to be a wide receiver screen.
A.J. Wood.
He gets at the field.
Another big play for him.
He gets around. Up the sideline. He's up. He's still up. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Another huge play for A.J. Wood.
A.J. Wood is having a night here, a homecoming game. And that was from within the 20, and he gets all the way to the 25. Great blocks there from the Eagles' offensive line and other receivers, and that just gets A.J. Wood up until about the 25. That's a great play for the Eagles.
Yep, but it looks like it's coming back as the Eagles players are running.
Oh.
And we actually have a replay of that last play. It will come back, but we just want to take another look at it.
Looks like there may be in a hold there.
Yep, and A.J. Wood just using pure speed to get around the outside. Had a nice block from Braden Stravino there, but had one man to beat. It just got tripped up a little bit, but a huge play for the Eagles, even though it will be coming back.
Looks like maybe a hold play on the Eagles. It's going to send them back quite a few yards.
It'll be 10 yards from the spot. So that would really put them a little bit more behind the chains. They're already behind the chains. So just a couple yards back.
Second and 14 here. Manageable for the Eagles' offense, explosive offensive power, but that big play would have been really beneficial for the Eagles' offense going into the first quarter here.
Yeah, but I bet the Eagles aren't too worried about the chains right now, as they've had 2 big plays and a third one that got called back just now. And they definitely have the firepower to get a first down pretty easily right now.
Jake Sutton in the pocket. He's looking deep. He's got a bunch of time. Spiral. It's going to be caught. Number 25, Garrett Lynn. He's going to try and struggle for a couple yards to get all the way out to the 30. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and manageable for the Eagles. Maybe 3rd and 4 here. It's going to be close.
And Garrett Lynn is actually one of the leading receivers on the team. He has that was his 13th catch of the year, but so far he's before this game had 170 yards on the year, which is very impressive from this kid. And was fairly quiet last week, but looking to have a better week this week, and that last catch really helped.
It actually is going to be a first down for the Eagles as they do move the chains there. Good catch by number 25, Garrett Lynn.
Oh, another receiver screen. This time it looks like it's to Braden Stravino. Oh, and a juke.
Nice juke there. Eagles going to get out all the way to the 40-yard line. The Eagles have had great blocking, even though they had a hold that last play, but their blocking has been really well put so they can run those wide receiver screens and get a bunch of yards.
Yep. And Stravino's saying, hey, I don't even need blocking, as he juked out 2 or 3 St. Joe Central defenders.
And it looks like we're going to take another look at that replay. Number 18, Braden Stravino on that.
Yep.
Look at that juke there.
Nice block.
Juke.
Oh, man.
Number 6. Will Austin just getting completely destroyed on that play. Broken ankles and everything.
Yeah, and nice tackle at the end there from number 32, Alex Cotto. Plays both sides of the ball. And really tracked down Stravino at the end of the play. Tackle him to prevent something bigger. But on this play, Keyshawn going around the right side just off the tackle. And pretty big play there. Looks like he picked up about 10 yards.
Maybe a first down there for the Eagles. Moves them into field goal territory. Nothing too much for the kicker, Brady Pohl.
Yeah, just a little zone action there on that play. Just handed the ball off to the running back and just letting him pick a hole on the right side. And he chose the hole, and he hit it hard and almost picked up the first down. And it looks like they are actually going to measure it out to see.
Yeah, we're going to measure out the change. See if they give it Liberty North a first down here. Right now it's listed at 2nd and 1. Looks like he's going to measure it out.
It looks like he may have gotten it, but we'll have to wait and see.
And it looks like he's just going to be a little bit short.
About a foot short there. Yep, referee signals it out, and Eagles are going to have to run another play on this set of downs. But on 2nd and 1, a lot of options for the Eagles to run. And, I wouldn't be too worried about getting the first down.
Yeah, they have a pretty explosive run game from Keyshawn Turner, the junior, and Zach William Davis, the sophomore. So 2nd and 1 should be really no problem here for the Eagles.
Yeah, and they also have a lot of options in the air, like A.J. Wood and Braden Stravino, as we've already seen, and Garrett Lynn already hit 3 different receivers. And they haven't even hit Warren Bennett yet, who had a big game last week. So a lot of options for them, and it looks like they will get the first down and more.
And Keyshawn, look at him go. Man, he is just an explosive locomotive there. Gets through all the defense. He's taking a couple defenders with him as he's just running through their defense, getting to about the 18-yard line. What a great game.
Yeah, Keyshawn Turner just looks like a truck when he's running at you. He is 6'1", 220 pounds. I believe he runs about a 4.6 40. I mean, that is an absolute truck coming at you. And he's very elusive. He's got great vision and really hard guy to bring down. So that's how you see him having so much success. He's just a hard runner.
You've seen him in the hallway. He doesn't really look like that, but as soon as you put those football pads on, man, he's something else.
Absolutely.
And he gets around. It looks like it's going to be number 44, Keyshawn Turner again, as he gets another couple yards off that play.
Yep, talk about a swarm of St. Joe Central defenders. They did a good job of getting to the ball on that one. Had multiple guys up on Keyshawn to make sure they brought him to the ground. But, Keyshawn looks like he picked up about 2 on the play.
And it looks like the seconds are winding down. Eagles maybe getting in one play in here.
Yeah, it looks like Van Dyne is trying to run one more play here at the end of this first quarter.
Both get it off. Looks like it's going to be a little draw outside.
Little bootleg on the outside.
Oh, it is dropped by Garrett Lynn, but that's okay.
Yeah, good play design. They had a little Garrett Lane running a little arrow on there. That's what they could like to call a snag. So they'll have the Z running a China, and they'll have the wide receiver running a little hook, and then the H-back, which was Garrett Lynn on that one, running an arrow about 3 yards to try to get him the ball with some space. And he wasn't quite able to make the grab on that one. So
looks like there is going to be enough time for one last play here from Liberty North offense. Is it going to be another quick pass? Oh, it is caught initially by Garrett Lynn, and then it was knocked out, and he does not. He's kind of slow getting up, but he's a real tough kid. He'll probably play through that.
Yeah, they went right back to him after he dropped that first ball, and originally he had the reception made, but just a hard hit from the St. Joe Central defender. Couldn't quite tell who it was, but had him shaking him up a little bit, and he was not able to hold on to it. And that'll bring up a 4th and 8 for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's going to end the first quarter here at Liberty North High School on Zaxby's Field. Liberty North Eagles 14, St. Joe Central Indians 0.
Yep, and so far the Eagles just having their way with the Indians. They're in Indian territory again here. This is their third drive. They scored on their first two, and they're threatening on this third drive. It looks like they may kick a field goal with the Brady Poole. He's a big leg, so I do expect them to not be scared to go ahead and kick a field goal. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look at our sponsors. As North Nation Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, serving communities all over Northland and in Liberty at 5 Victory Lane. All North Nation games are live streamed to northnationmedia.com Channel 1. Tell your friends and relatives all over the country to watch northnationmedia.com. And if you're into Twitter, follow us at KNET News for updates and news from every single game. And North Nation Sports Game of the Week is produced in part by Niles Media Group, supporting educational broadcast excellence in our community. And, just a quick shout out to those sponsors. They're not all of our sponsors, but definitely play a big role in helping us get these broadcasts out to you guys, and also allows a lot of opportunities for us students to have a little chance to broadcast these games and broadcast throughout the school. And looks like they're lining up for a field goal, the Eagles, and it is up. And it is good.
Brady Poole for his 5th point of the night. It's going to give the Eagles a 17-0
Yep,
lead.
the All-State kicker, Brady Poole, having no problem with that one. Put it right through the uprights, and that'll give the Eagles a 17-0 lead here at the beginning of the second quarter. And it looks like the coaches are fired up. They know that that's going to give them a lot of confidence, as even on the drives they're not getting a touchdown, they're getting points.
Yes, Trey, as the Indians come out, really hoping to get something going here, as they still have not gotten into Eagle territory. Really looking forward to just maybe getting something going, getting something on the board to test this Eagles offense.
Yep, their defense made a great stand on the last drive to hold the Eagles to just a field goal. Now the offense is going to have to show that they have a little bit of life in them and get some yards out of this drive.
And just the kickoff formation set up here, as the Eagles tend to kick off this. Probably going to be a touchback, but you never know. They might give them a chance to return this one.
Yep, they can really do a lot of things with the big leg of Brady Poole and the speed of that special teams unit out there. They got guys like Evan Widener and Nico Pokey, Luke Matthews that can really get down there in a hurry and make a tackle. They don't have to a lot of the time, but if they need to, they definitely can.
Yeah, time's not really a huge factor right now going into the second quarter, but maybe in the fourth quarter they may need something going here.
Yeah, the Indians just need to get back on track with this drive, and it will be a touchback.
It will be another touchback for Brady Poole.
So the kickoff unit has not really played a big factor into any of Liberty North's games, as there usually are touchbacks on both sides. So a lot of the time you're just seeing these drives started out at about the 20.
And quarterback Taylor Wells starts up with the ball again for the Indians offense, starting at the 20-yard line.
Yep, they're going to need to set the tone on this drive with some nice pickups on the run game. They really struggled when they can't get their run going so far this year. And if they can't get a little bit of run plays going on this drive, it's going to continue to be a struggle.
Rolls that again.
So we got a bootlegger on the outside.
Oh, and he's going to be brought down.
Yeah, it looks like he ran the option again. He pitched it off to his running back, number 33. That would be Hunter Madison, and he was not really able to get a lot around the outside on that play, as he looks like he lost about 7 yards on that one.
That's a rough loss for the Indians. It seems that all of their offensive movement has been on bigger passing plays, so maybe during this second half of when it starts up, they may have a little bit of a game plan change and stick to the air, because the Eagles offense are seeing all these run plays and they're just eating them up.
Yep, and a more successful run play on that one, as St. Joe Central gives it off up the middle. And, they were able to get back a little past the original line of scrimmage, and that's a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. And that was number 44, Alex Pressman, the junior, 5'11", 130 pounds, and a nice hard run from him to get it to about 3rd and 7 yards.
It's a little bit long than you'd like for St. Joe on a 3rd down here, but it's still manageable with a good run or a quick little pass route here.
Yeah, they've had a couple big plays so far in the game, so I expect them to go to another bootleg. That's kind of been their go-to, and they might try to get another short pass off and give their athletes some space to run after the catch.
Well, it looks like Wells going to have to scramble again, maybe throw one out.
They threw on the run there, and
looks like it is going to be a 1st down for the St. Joe Central Indians.
yeah, and another nice play. That was that little bootleg. He scrambled around a little bit, and he made a nice pass and hit his intended receiver. That was number 16, Landon Passley. Another catch for him on the day, and a big 1st down for the Indians, as they were able to give themselves a little room to work with as they're out to about the 38-yard line. And they're going to hope to get a couple more big plays like that one.
Another explosive pass play for the Indians. Maybe they'll change up their game plan a little bit here as they go in, trying to get into Eagle territory. Another run play just completely destroyed by the Eagle defense. They're just swarming everything.
Yeah, it looked like it was another triple option play. He gave it to his first running back up the middle, and didn't really have anywhere to go on that, and they lost about 1 yard.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 11 from the Indian 37 here. The Eagles defense really confident right now, as they've been able to keep the Indians in their own territory throughout this whole game. So maybe they can keep this going, and this will be a quick, easy game for the Eagles.
Look, another bootleg around the right side for Taylor Wells. He dumps it off, and looks like it will be complete.
Wow.
What a catch. That's number 16, Landon Passley again, and another big catch from him. So far, he's having a pretty nice game for himself.
That's going to be a
looks like it's a 1st down, but we'll see if the referees signal it.
It's going to be close.
He's right at
Not a
about the
first down.
48-yard line.
It's
So
going to be 3rd and inches if not a 1st down. So what's the main measure here?
yep.
And they go out to measure. Close. And
Just
looks like it's just going to be short.
referee blocking the view a little bit, but looks like they say it's short.
It's going to be 3rd and inches coming in for the Indians offense. They're probably going to run a play here, as they've normally had a tiny bit of success coming in with this run. So, or maybe they're going to measure it again out in the open field.
This is kind of interesting here. They're going to take another measure of it.
And they'll say something here. Maybe there's something wrong with the spot. It looks like it is going to be just short.
I mean, that's about as short as you can get.
Yeah. Just about maybe 2 laces long on the football. That's it.
I remember, I think it was about a year or two ago at I believe it was a Cowboys game. They had, I believe it was Cowboys Raiders. I may be mistaken. But it was so close to a 1st down that they brought out a piece of paper to try to see if there was any space in between the marker and the ball. And they eventually said it was a 1st down.
It's going to be a quarterback sneak. And the
Not
Eagles
quite
look
that
like they're
close
going to
on this
stop
one.
a play there. It's going to be close, though.
Yep, they
Depending
stuff
on
him
the
at the line of
spot here.
scrimmage.
Depending on the spot here, this may be an Indian 1st down, or it could be an Indian 4th down coming up with another punt here.
Indians went with a little bit of a quick count to try to catch the Eagles off guard. And it didn't work too well, but if it did work, it worked by about an inch. And
it
that's all they
looks
really
like
needed. So
they're going to take another. They're going to measure it again.
yeah, we'll see if they got what they wanted here on another measurement.
Now, this is only the second quarter, but this is a pretty big drive for St. Joe Central Indians, as they have not gotten into Eagle territory, as they're only at the 48 now. And they are going to give them the first down. Big play for the Indians there, converting that second down and then getting their first down marker now into Eagle territory.
Yeah, just their third first down of the game here in the second quarter. And they're going to look to build some momentum off their first few.
Taylor Wells, they're lining up in the trips left with a single back. Snap, going to be another handoff. That's just going to get eaten up again.
Yep,
The Eagle defense has just been on top of it.
Yeah, just a little zone run around the outside, and that got eaten up real quick by the Eagles defenders.
Yeah, and that was handed off to the number 44, Alex Pressman again. That's only his second or third carry on the night. And it was just eaten up again. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, looked like the initial Eagle defender was number 2, Gavin Hernandez, and he played a big part in getting that play swallowed up from the start. And that'll put the Indians behind the chains again. They'll have about 2nd down and 11 from just about midfield. They're going to try to get into Eagles territory here on any of these coming plays. And it looks like they had a little fake run, and he has a receiver open.
And it is going to be a pretty good gain there. It's going to get them into the Eagle territory there.
Yeah, that was number 33, Hunter Madison. Another play for him. And looks like they're able to get into Eagle territory, but not able to get the first down. That'll bring up 3rd down and short. We'll see what the Indians dial up here. I completely suspect that they'll run an option. Again, that's what they've kind of gone to, or a bootleg around the outside and try to get it off to Hunter Madison or one of their dynamic receivers on the outside.
Yeah, making that play, the play before, number 2, Samuel Henderson, is actually a homecoming court candidate, so maybe we'll see him at the end of this half coming in.
And looks like a little zone run on just off the tackle. And they'll gain maybe a yard, but they will come up short of the first down. That is number 4, Cord Allen, and he didn't really have a lot of running room and was stopped short. And it looks like they'll call it about 4th and 1.
That'll bring up 4th down for St. Joe Central.
And we'll see what the Indians dial up here on this 4th down.
It's a little bit, this is a tough spot for the Indians here. It's not close enough for a field goal and too close for a punt attempt here. So they're actually going to go for it, staying back with the twin back.
Yeah, I like the decision to run a little wishbone here.
This is going to be their option, but it's going to be deflected at the line, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, another run pass option. Could have handed it off, but he thought he had a receiver open, and he was not able to convert with him. And looks like that'll bring up another first down for the Eagles going the other way, and some more good field position for them. Coach Jones has to be happy with the turnout of that defensive possession.
Only one play or only one possession start within the 20-yard line. And that's given the Eagles, and every other drive has given them a touchdown. So this may be another touchdown drive coming up here with this pretty good field position.
Yep, they've been working with short field a lot so far in this game, and it has really worked to their advantage. They scored touchdowns on both of those drives.
There's going to be a handoff to Zach Davis. Gets around one tackler and then drags one down, probably for a gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, just a little buck sweep around the outside to the left, and didn't have a lot of room to work with, but was able to pick up a couple yards. Tried to evade a couple of defenders, but got brought down after a short gain.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 8 for Jake Van Dyne, the Eagle offense here.
Eagles running their typical no-huddle offense. It's very rare to see them get in a huddle after running a play.
When he steps back, Jake in the pocket.
He fires it.
He's going to hit Garrett Lynn past the secondary, and he's going to get through just the safety to stop him, and he gets to about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you see Jake Van Dyne really delivered a bullet there. Garrett Lynn did a great job with those strong hands of his. Hold on to that one, and we have a replay of that real nice grab from Garrett Lynn. Let's take a look.
As you can see, Garrett Lynn is a really good receiver, and he had a problem with that ball. That just shows you how much of a cannon Jake Van Dyne has. He normally catches those balls just like nice and easy, but then on that one he had a little bit of trouble, and so that must have been coming in hot.
Yeah, Van Dyne has a big arm, but Garrett Lynn showed that he has great hands. And it looks like on that play, Zach Willingham Davis got the ball and a little late coming from the replay, but I think it was worth it seeing that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good
nice
play
pitch
right
and
there.
catch from
Looks like
two Eagles.
Maybe it was a pretty good gain. Oh, it looks like there may be a hold call on the offense here.
Yeah, some sort of penalty going on. Yeah, I assume it's a hold. They're moving them pretty far back. And yeah, that's gonna put them way behind the chains. Wow.
Wow, that was a hold in the backfield. That's a tough one right there. It's gonna bring up first and very long.
It looks like they spot first and 27, and yeah, that's gonna hurt the Eagles. But they still have big play potential
Yes.
from everyone on that offense. So
As in that whole first quarter, they only ran maybe 10 plays of offense, so they definitely have the potential to get a couple yards. Here.
sweep to Warren Bennett along the outside, picks up a couple blocks. Oh,
Looks like there may be another
hold.
Oh, this may be rough for Liberty North.
Yeah, it looks like that was called on Garrett Lane around the outside. He didn't get his hands off his man quick enough as he tried to turn out of
That's
it.
going to be another hold.
Yeah, grabbed a little bit of that jersey you can see on the outside, and that's going to set Liberty North
That's
back.
going to bring up first and 40 for the Liberty North Eagles.
Yeah, right about 10 yards
That's-
from the spot, and it looks like they're going to spot the penalty at about the 45. So they'll have the ball at their own 45, and the first down will be about
at the
25-yard line of the Indians.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like we got first and 39. First and 27 was sort of manageable from this powerful offense, but first and 39 is going to be a tough one to come back from.
Yeah, luckily it's still first down, but Coach Jones is not happy about those last few plays. And it looks like they're going to bootleg around the right side, and another play is whistled
this could
dead.
Be a false start.
That could be a false start or illegal formation.
Yeah,
Looks like a false start.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that's
3 straight penalties from the Eagles offense. That cost them about, with spot fouls and a false start there, it's going to cost them around 35 yards.
That's a dead ball foul, and
that's no bueno.
Yeah, they'll whistle the play dead, and it'll cost the Eagles 5 yards. So first and 44. Oh man.
I don't think I've ever seen this before, Trey.
I've seen.
Hardly ever seen.
There was a Raiders game a few years back, and I believe they had about a first and 44 from their own goal line. This is something you see in Madden.
Yeah, you don't really.
It's like a wide
Just
receiver
about
screen.
everything that went wrong could have went wrong there. Well, it looks like they're going to get a couple here.
Oh, he's coming back on the outside and
get another tackle.
Oh my goodness!
He's got a block from Van Dyne there.
He's trying to pick up those 44 yards on this one play.
No way.
Oh my goodness!
That was a crazy little gain right there. He's got about second. I gained a lot of yards back.
Yeah,
maybe 10, 15 yards.
20 yards, maybe. That got back to, I think, where they were after the first penalty. So
yeah,
I like the play call there. The wide receiver screen has been working all day. They've had a penalty get called. They had to get called back because of a penalty on the first big one, and the second one they picked up about 20 yards from Stravino.
All right, we're gonna send it to a replay for that really crazy play. Oh, you see.
Oh man,
AJ
just
Wood
making a
one
man
tackle,
miss.
and you got a pretty good block from Van Dyne.
Yeah,
there.
Van Dyne.
Two things.
Nice little
Another block right there from Stravino. 1, 2, 3. He brought a man down with him, but had 2 or 3 missed tackles there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I want to know how many yards after contact he got on that one. It didn't seem like getting hit really affected him at all on that one. A lot of yards after the catch.
It looks like it was going to bring
Impressive
up
stuff.
third and 26. Looks like there must have been an incomplete pass there during that replay.
Yeah, something happened there. We missed it, but that's not important because there's only second down. Here's the important play, 3rd and 26. If the Eagles don't get closer, you have to punt it. But they can still get into field goal territory.
You got to get about 10 yards to get into Brady's field goal range.
Yeah, he can hit about. They'll try him. I believe if they get 55 yards or closer, they'll try it. And I like the little play call, a little slip screen to Zach Willingham-Davis. And looks like he did pick up about 15 yards. And that does put them in field goal range. That put them about a 47-yard field goal from right there, I believe. And that's definitely within Brady Pole's range, the all-state kicker. So they show a lot of confidence in him. They'll definitely try him out, especially in a 17-0 game here late in the second quarter.
That's going to bring up 4th and 11. That was a pretty good reception by Zach Davis, a sophomore, getting the needed yards to get Brady into field goal range.
Yep, and we'll see if Brady Poole can knock this one in. It looks like a 45-yard field goal.
And snap. Kick.
Can't quite tell.
Well, they're coming off the field. Looks like kind of enthusiastically. Maybe it's good.
Yeah, Brady was jumping a little bit, getting some high fives. So
Coach Moore is normally pretty good. Greg Jones giving the thumbs up.
So
I'm gonna say it's
I would
good.
guess he made it. Your guys' guess is as good as ours right now. We don't
We're seeing
know.
exactly what you guys are seeing.
And it was good.
All
Yes.
right.
Wow.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of technical difficulties in the studio or up in the press box. So we're actually in the studio today. So we're seeing exactly what you guys are seeing. So give us a little bit of a break if we have a little bit of time trying to see these plays fold out.
Yeah, and impressive stuff from Brady Poole hitting the 45-yard field goal. If he makes a few more like that, he'll see that first team All-State come up again his senior year. And he was getting a lot of looks from colleges. He originally thought he might go to school for baseball, as he loved baseball. But when he got into kicking, started making some long field goals, you see those letters start coming in from big colleges. And it's kind of hard to think you're going to go to school for baseball when you're getting a lot of looks for kicking, and rightfully so. He has a huge leg. He's been very consistent so far this year. Was mostly consistent last year, and big leg from this kid.
Yeah, Brady played JV baseball last year, and I got the privilege to play with him for a little bit. He's a really good athlete, but he definitely is. He's got quite a leg there for football, so you never know what his future may pan out like.
But I assume we will be seeing him on Saturdays next year.
Hopefully so. That's going to bring up first down again, another touchback for the Eagles. Maybe not a touchback because they only set up. Oh, yeah, it is a touchback, yep.
And the Indians are going to look to get this drive going and get some points here for the first time in the game. With about 3 minutes left in the first half, they're going to try to convert.
And there is no 2-minute warning, so they still got 3 timeouts, so time shouldn't really be an issue here. This is going to be another option read.
Yep, got that
and Wells
triple option.
Gain maybe 1 or 2 yards there.
Yeah, they're going to try to just try to run them to death, try to wear them out with all these run plays. But so far, Liberty North looks unaffected by the tempo.
Yeah, the really only time that's really worked out pretty well is when they've run that option, then Wells has kind of shovel passed or almost flicked out a pass to an open receiver just down 3 or 4 yards in front of him, and they get a couple yards there. But other than that option replay has not worked out tremendously.
Yeah, the little bootlegs to receiver on the outside has been the thing that's worked the best for them.
There's another option there, but
and that is absolutely blown
it's
up.
just getting eaten up.
That looked like number 39, Ian Higgs, was the first to get to that one. But, number 39, Nico Pelkey. And a swarm of Eagle defenders on that one, and St. Joe Central is not able to get any.
No, I think they're going to lose 2 yards on that one, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line again.
Yeah, but it looks like we have a timeout. I believe.
Looks like St. Joe Central is going to call a timeout, get their offense together, and get a first down here. Get on the board.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out who this timeout was called by, but regardless, we've about 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. Indians are going to look to get their first scoring drive of the night. And they really have struggled to run the ball, which has been their strength all year. So they really have not gotten anything going on offense. And passing the ball has actually been their strength this game, and that's when you know they're not having a great game.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 3rd and long here for the Indians in their own territory. Really, it's just going to be just inside the 20. So possibly some really good field position here for Liberty North again.
Yeah, they got
get a stop.
A 2-back set with 2 receivers on the left. I believe they're going to do some bootleg again. Yep.
Rolling out. And a pass. It's going to be dropped.
Incomplete. That, again, the intended receiver is number 16, Landon Pausley. And so far he's had a good game, made a lot of catches, but not able to come up with that one. That'll bring another punt for the Indians. And Liberty North has another chance to get a scoring drive here late in the second quarter. They have plenty of time. The last 2 drives they've gotten field goals. They're going to look to get something a little more than that, give themselves a little more breathing room.
Yes, St. Joe has had 5 drives, 4 3-and-outs, and 1 turnover on downs, so not much offense from St. Joe, and not really much defense either, as Liberty North kind of stomped on them in the first couple plays, but they've held them back because of
a bad snap,
maybe? Snap, and
not much of it. Liberty North's going to need to get out of the way.
Not going to go anywhere.
And looks like Liberty North is going to take over at about the 36-yard line of the St. Joe Indians, and they look pretty hyped.
Yeah.
Coming to the sideline. They got some players jumping. Looked like Chase Jones started jumping. That's just shows a little bit of excitement that they have right now. As if they're able to win this game, they'll get back over 500.
Yeah, and they'll get 2 wins in a row, and hopefully they'll be able to wear those coveted gray jerseys they've been wanting to do. As Coach Jones not let them wear the grays unless they win 2 in a row. So hopefully Liberty North can take that into Staley as they're on the road. Well, yeah, back to this. St. Joe's had 4 3-and-outs, 1 punt, and Liberty North's offense has been really good. They really kind of beat themselves up on those field goal opportunities with penalties. And really everything that can go wrong offensively for St. Joe has gone wrong.
But
they haven't been able to pick stuff up.
A good defensive play there from St. Joe Central, though. Keyshawn Turner was looking real shifty on that one, trying to get away from a lot of their defenders. But, St. Joe Central did a great job of swarming to the ball and not letting Keyshawn break something out there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 18. So a big loss for the Eagles, but they still have about a minute and a half left. And they had a lot of big play. Yeah, a lot of big play potential as well. So they shouldn't be too worried.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 18. So there's going to be a little pass play.
It looks like another big play.
Nice.
Not quite a first down. The pass is completed to number 18, Braden Stervino.
Braden Stervino's getting about a 17-yard gain on that one.
Yeah, that's his 2nd catch of the day so far. And he's been a kid that he's contributed, I think, since his sophomore year. He's been really good. He was fairly quiet last year, but he has a lot of big play potential. Very physical receiver. He's a big guy. And everyone there loves him, loves his route running in his hands, but he's one of those guys where he's not really fast enough to break away from a lot of corners, so you kind of see him not able to get a lot of chances.
Yeah, he's listed as a wide receiver, but he's more kind of got the mentality of a tight end that doesn't really fit into the Eagles' offense. He's a big guy, got good hands, but he doesn't really have the breakout speed as Warren Bennett or A.J. Wood does, so he kind of gets those kind of look-off glances and gets a couple yards.
But he does a great job doing it. A lot of talent from that kid, just not a lot of shine.
Liberty North called a timeout there. The clock should not be running. So it looks like...
Yeah, I believe this clock will be wrong. Liberty North will have about a minute left, if I remember correctly.
Which is definitely doable within just about to enter the red zone. Looks like it's going to be another pass play. Van Dyne complete to number 25, Garrett Lynn. He's going to roll out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock as well.
Yep, yeah, we have a little over a minute left. Big conversion there from Liberty North on that 3rd and 2, and this will bring up a 1st down for them. They'll get further into St. Joe Central territory, and they're going to try to get a touchdown on this drive. So far, they have 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals.
Yeah, it's going to bring up, that is going to be a 1st down for the Eagles, just at about the red zone with a minute 12 to go, so they should be able to put that together.
2 receivers to the left, and looks like a quick pass to number 14, Warren Bennett. He tried to run a little bit of a hitch there, about 5 yards, and stop, come back to the quarterback, and Van Dyne tried to get out of his hand a little too quick, it looked like. So
yeah, it looked like it's just
kind of threw it into the ground a little bit.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
You have still plenty of time for them in the red zone with a minute left is plenty of time, and they have 2 timeouts left, so that timeout earlier was Liberty North.
I wouldn't eliminate the run game just yet for Liberty North, as they do have those timeouts.
Oh, big pump fake.
Like a pump fake. Jake is going to
scrambling around, pointing.
Looks like 18. Oh, just incomplete to Garrett Lynn.
Yeah, it looked like it may have gone over his head, but not able to complete the pass there for a touchdown. So we'll have about a minute left here, a 3rd and 10. And the Eagles are going to look to get a touchdown on this one. They've had to kick a field goal 2 straight drives, so they're going to want to stop that trend and get another touchdown as they did earlier in the game.
Yeah, well within field goal range here, so I either expect about a 10-yard hitch or an out play or maybe even a run from Keyshawn Turner here, but nothing really too extravagant to shoot for the end zone.
I don't expect them to shoot exactly for the end zone. They'll try to get the ball to someone in space, maybe run a little quick pass to A.J. Wood and let him try to do something with it, or another corner route to Garrett Lynn or something along those lines.
Well, this is going to be another pass play. It's going to be a short little out.
It looks like a...
Oh, but it was just short again.
Yeah, actually a comeback, a run about 13 yards and a run to the sideline. And Van Dyne not able to connect with the intended target, number 18, Braden Stervino. And it looks like the Eagles will punt or excuse me, they'll kick another field goal.
Well within Brady Pole's range. It's going to be like a 35-yarder or some along those lines. 36, 37.
Yeah, and if, if there was high school fantasy, I would definitely put Brady Pole on my fantasy team because
He racks up points, that's for sure.
yeah, he's kicking a lot of field goals, and I would rack up a lot of fantasy points.
This would be his, he has 8 points in the night. It looks like it's going to be 11. 11 points for Brady Pole just by himself.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I wish my fantasy kicker could do that consistently.
Right now, it's all offense. Liberty North. AJ Wood with 12, Brady Pole with 11 points.
I made the mistake of picking the Vikings kicker Daniel Carlson, and he recently got released because he was not doing too hot through the first few games, and so I had to find myself a new kicker.
Yeah.
Not the funnest thing to do, but yeah, the Eagles aren't gonna look to find a new kicker anytime soon with Brady
No.
Pole.
Brady Pole is a senior, so they may have to find a new leg next year, but they should have some pretty good talent down in JV and the sophomore teams, and so they should be able to find a good kicker by next year.
But it's gonna be really hard to replace Brady Pole. I mean, that kid is a kicking legend. Made 2 52-yard field goals last year. I don't know if you can find another high school kicker. I mean, really in the state that can kick as well as that. Obviously not last year, but I don't think there's gonna be 2 kids in their program that are able to kick like that. But luckily, the kicker is not exactly the most important part of their game.
You may see a squib kick here as they've got about 50 seconds left. Maybe run some clock off here on this kick, or maybe just another touchback here. St. Joe's got just enough time to maybe put together a field goal run here if they can get a couple points on the board.
And
Look like it
yeah,
is gonna be another touchback.
they'll just do the simple thing and just kick it through the end zone.
And stick to their defensive guns here. Try and step it up. Maybe if they get a quick pick or a forced fumble here, they could put together another scoring drive for the second half.
Yeah, Liberty North is going to play to their strength here, and I believe they're going to play a little bit of a off coverage here, as St. Joe Central has not had a lot of success running the ball, so they know a pass is coming, and that's not St. Joe Central's strength. So looks like the chips are playing right into the Eagles' hand.
Yeah, they set up here, 1st and 10 from the 20 again. The Indians start. Tyler Wells, the handoff, straight up the middle. It's number 44, Alex Pressman again. Has been their leading rusher so far.
Yeah, and it looks like the Indians are just going to let time run off this clock as they may not be too worried. And it looks like a timeout called by Liberty North. They're going to try to get the ball back. Oh, excuse me, looks like a penalty.
Looks like a penalty flag over there on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, they're pointing at Liberty North. Looks like maybe too many men on the field or something. And we
There was a flag on the play.
just lost a view there. But it is going to give St. Joe Central a 1st down there. Maybe looking at the 35. And it's going to bring up a 1st down. That's a pretty lively penalty there. It's gained around 17 yards on the, so it must have been something pretty profound.
Yeah, so St. Joe Central is going to get some good field position here. And it looks like they have the ball about the 37-yard line. And one big play, and they're in field goal range.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much of their kicker tonight as they haven't had many kickoffs and much of their punts. Probably the same kicker for their punter. Has not been, I haven't been great punts, so maybe they need to get far into field goal range for.
Actually, haven't
field
seen
goals
any
if possible.
kickoffs.
No, we haven't seen any kickoffs.
We haven't even seen the kicker yet,
No.
so.
If it's the same guy as the punter, then we have seen him, but that looks like another read option. Oh, and he's going to be brought down. Taylor Wells back beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was looking for something on the outside. He didn't want to take the risk to pitch it to his running back, so he just decided, let's take our losses here and make sure we don't fumble the ball or anything. So it went down pretty smart. Neither one of them would have had really any room to run. And looks like a timeout maybe.
Timeout, St. Joe.
I believe it would be St. Joe because on 2nd down they still have a chance. And let's take a little replay. Let's take a look at a replay here.
Yeah, you can see Taylor Wells just really had nothing to do there. He tried to make something out of nothing, but really couldn't, and just brought down for about a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, Nico Pokey really hit him right away, and Chase Jones coming in to clean it up. Looks like he may have gotten a nice little hit on his own teammate, but great defensive play from the Eagles. So that's going to bring up a second down, and looks like about 13 yards. St. Joe Central, if they want to score here on this drive, they're going to have to do something a little more successful than that.
The time shouldn't be right. As I call timeout here, we'll fix that up. It looks like 8, 7. We're going to roll out again. Another pass play, and it's going to fall short.
Yeah, he's just going to throw that one away. Didn't see anything he liked, so did the smart thing, not taking any risks there. They want to give the Eagles the ball back, so just throwing it away. It's a smart play.
There's going to be 3 seconds left in the game, if that's the right time. Other than that, looks like 3 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, if the clock is right, then I expect either a Hail Mary. I don't know quite how good an arm their quarterback has, or
maybe a kneel play here.
It doesn't look like a kneel. So I expect maybe a screen play or something to give a receiver the ball with some space.
Like
yeah.
It looks like it is going to be a deep
they're
throw.
going to throw something deep. And it's going to be picked off. That's number 28, Austin Haas. He's going to have some room to run. He's going to pick up a couple blocks.
Oh,
he's trying to spin out of a
try and
tackle,
spin out there, but no. He's going to get him back to about the 35. It would have been a really good play, but it seems that we have run out of time in this first half.
And that's actually Haas's first interception of his career here on varsity, so that's a big play for him. And let's take a look at that interception here at the end of this first half. And so you see Taylor Wells is just going to throw it about as high as he can.
Yeah.
Hope a receiver can come down with it. And Austin Haas does a great job of high pointing it and cutting off the receiver. And he's just going to run ahead of his blockers.
Yeah.
He's a very fast kid. He's actually a star track athlete. And ends up getting dragged down by number 16. It looks like Landon Posley. So he was also the intended receiver. And that'll take us to halftime. So the teams will take a 20-minute break, and looks like the Eagles will lead 23-0. They've really had their way throughout this first half, and Eagles couldn't really hope for anything else.
Yeah, it wasn't a horrible pass play there. It wasn't a horrible idea, but it was just a little bit too high, and it was just caught up by Austin Haas there.
You have a great job by Austin of high pointing the ball, making sure the receiver couldn't get to it, and a great way to end out this first half by the Eagles.
All right, now a little bit more from our sponsors. Parents, the PTA at Liberty North is the Eagle Club. Get involved with your kids' education today at North Nation with the Eagle Club. Crowley Furniture is a proud supporter of our broadcasting program here at Liberty North, and we appreciate your support. Make sure to go visit their showroom in Liberty. And also, Rancho Grande Cantina is our food sponsor for North Nation Media Crew broadcasting tonight's game. Come check them out for great daily specials, as well as specials during our Chiefs game. They are always available for catering and carry-out orders.
So it looks like Liberty North is going to start their homecoming festivities. They have the band out ready to play for the homecoming king and queen nominees. And they'll come out with their family, whoever they want to bring out with them. And it's really big time if you're a Liberty North student. And they'll have these homecoming kids coming out. And it's really a big time. Their theme is Derby Days, which they want you to think of like the Kentucky Derby, the Home Run Derby, just like mini games. So a lot of competitive activities going on at Liberty North this week.
All right. So it looks like that's our previous homecoming queen is about to hand off the homecoming crown to the next queen.
Yeah, coming out with a couple little kids all dressed up. Really, really great to see these kids carrying this crown, carrying a tiara.
It looks like the festivities are about to start. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we're excited to introduce our 2018 homecoming court. These seniors were nominated by the senior class because they demonstrate leadership in and outside of school and show pride through involvement and support of Liberty North activities. Our first homecoming queen candidate is Selma Khalil. Selma is the daughter of Hannah Khalil. Selma has been involved in student council and debate for 4 years, lettering and debate for 3 years, and she has participated in Key Club, Link, and Fresh for 2 years. She's also been in BBFP, Model UN, and Educators Rising for 1 year. After high school, Selma plans to attend the University of Missouri or Missouri State to major in political science. Selma's escort tonight is her older brother, Hussam Hassan.
Selma's escort tonight is her older brother, Hussam Hassan.
And our first homecoming king candidate is Joe Anderson. Joe is the son of Heather and Steve Anderson. Joe has been a member of broadcasting, tennis, and basketball for 3 years. He has also been involved in German Honor Society, National Honor Society, and men's choir for 2 years. And his sophomore year, Joe was the National History Day state champion. After high school, Joe plans to attend a 4-year university. Tonight, Joe is escorted by his mother, Heather Anderson.
After high school, Joe plans to attend a 4-year university. Tonight, Joe is escorted by his mother, the one and only Heather Anderson. Our second homecoming queen candidate, Miss Lillian Leslie.
And our second homecoming queen candidate is Lillian Leslie. Lillian is the daughter of Sarah and Dave Leslie. Lillian has been involved in student council for 4 years. She has participated in Link and volleyball for 2 years, and she's been involved in Educators Rising for 1 year. Lillian has participated in the JDRK Walk for type 1 diabetes and volunteers at a local homeless shelter each Thanksgiving. After high school, Lillian plans to attend a 2-year community college where she will study educational psychology. Tonight, Lillian is escorted by her father, Dave Leslie.
Lillian plans to attend a 2-year community college where she will study educational psychology. Tonight, Lillian is escorted by her father, Mr. Dave Leslie. Our second homecoming king candidate.
Our second homecoming king candidate is Jackson Bodenson. Bodenson is the son of Krista and Jeff Bodenson. Jackson has participated in baseball for 4 years, soccer for 3 years, and basketball and Link for 2 years. Jackson has also participated in football and Educators Rising for 1 year. He has volunteered at Ronald McDonald House, the Dave Bosque Christmas Drive, and the Liberty Food Pantry. Jackson has also made and delivered care packages for the homeless and tutored special needs students. He plans to attend a 4-year university on a baseball and academic scholarship, where he intends to study physical therapy or sports medicine. Jackson's escort this evening is his mother, Krista Bodenson.
Jackson's escort this evening is his mother, Krista Odinson. Our third homecoming queen candidate, Miss Bailey Newcomer.
And our third homecoming queen candidate is Bailey Newcomer. Bailey is the daughter of Christy and Brad Newcomer, and Bailey has played varsity soccer for 4 years, and she has been a member of Student Council, Key Club, HOSA, and Link for 2 years. Educators Rising for 1 year. Bailey has volunteered at the Harvesters Food Pantry and the Liberty Community Christmas Tree. After high school, she will attend the University of Missouri to major in nursing. Bailey's escort tonight is her father, Brad Newcomer.
And Bailey is actually dating the quarterback of the football team, Jake Van Dyne, so I expect that she'll have a lot of votes from that football team.
Our third homecoming king candidate, Mr. Anthony Garcia.
And our third homecoming king candidate is Anthony Garcia. Anthony is the son of Jessica and Tony Garcia. Anthony has participated in cross country for 4 years. He has been a member of HOSA for 4 years, and he is currently serving as a HOSA president. He has been a member of Student Council for 3 years and is currently serving as executive treasurer. Anthony has also been a member of National Honor Society for 2 years and currently serves on the executive council. He's a leader of the Jim Nyberg Center and Centerpoint Hospital and North Kansas City Hospital. Anthony also led 4 patient fundraisers in the
After high school, Anthony plans to enroll in pre-med program at Johns Hopkins University before
He led 4 patient fundraisers in the community and volunteers each year at the Liberty Community Christmas Tree. After high school, Anthony plans to enroll in a pre-med program at Johns Hopkins University. Before obtaining a medical degree and working on trauma care, tonight Anthony is escorted by his mother, Jessica Garcia. Our fourth homecoming queen candidate is Josie Smith. Josie is the daughter of Don and Paul Smith. Josie has participated in HOSA for 4 years and is currently a member of HOSA's Executive Council. She has played volleyball for 3 years and has been a member of Student Council, National Honor Society, and Link for 2 years. She's also in the trap shooting and key club for 1 year. Outside of school, she volunteers at Harvesters and helps with the Glenn Nyberg project. After high school, Josie plans to go into the medical field, majoring in biology before getting a medical degree. Tonight, Josie is escorted by her father, Paul Smith.
Our fourth homecoming king candidate is Samuel Henderson III. Samuel is the son of Kara and Samuel Henderson. Samuel has been a member of the football team for 4 years. He's also participated in basketball, track, and link for 2 years, and student ambassador for 1 year. After high school, Samuel plans to play college football and pursue a business or law degree. Tonight, Samuel is escorted by his mother, Kara Henderson.
And our fifth homecoming queen candidate is Autumn Teal. Autumn is the daughter of Mary and George Riley. Autumn has been involved in Link and Young Life for 2 years and Debate and Key Club for 1 year. Outside of school, Autumn has volunteered at Hillcrest for 4 years. And after high school, Autumn plans to attend Maple Woods for 2 years and then attend UMKC to study dentistry. Autumn's escort tonight is her stepfather, George Riley.
Our fifth homecoming king candidate is the one and only Brady Pohl. Brady is the son of April and Marty Pohl. Brady has participated in football, basketball, and baseball for 3 years. In football, he's received first-team All-State kicker and All-Conference punter honors. He has earned the Golden Eagle Award for lettering in 3 sports for 3 years. Outside of school, Brady has volunteered at Ronald McDonald House and Harvesters, and he is read to elementary kids during his senior football season. After high school, Brady plans on attending a 4-year university where he hopes to play football and baseball. Tonight, Brady is escorted by his mother, April Pohl.
Please give a final round of applause for our 2018 homecoming corps.
With us to perform tonight, the crowning is our 2017 homecoming queen, Haley Austin. Haley is currently attending Maple Woods. After 2 years, she plans to transfer to Northwest University to major in either mass media, communication, and film production, and minor in theater.
Joining Haley is our homecoming prince, Paul Hittner, and our homecoming princess, NNSN McCulley.
Paul is the son of Kristen and Chris Hittner. Kristen has taught business and marketing and has been a DECA advisor at Liberty North for 8 years. Paul's dad, Chris, is a business development manager at ProStaff. Paul is 4 years old, is in pre-K at St. James Catholic School. He loves going to Worlds of Fun, playing with trains, and Lightning McQueen. Paul has one sister, Molly, who is 2 years old.
And Aniston is the daughter of Adam and Kelly McCulley. Adam has taught algebra for 6 years at Liberty North and is the coach of the Liberty North track team. Aniston's mom, Kelly, is also a teacher and has taught first grade for 13 years. Aniston attends Nashua Elementary School and is in 2nd grade. She enjoys drawing and dancing, and she loves going on trips to Disneyland Paris, and Disney World. Her favorite 2 adventures were going to the top of the Eiffel Tower and riding the boats in Venice, Italy. Aniston has 2 brothers, Caden, who is 12 years old and in 7th grade at Newmark, and Landon, who is 11 years old and is at 5th grade at Nashua Elementary School.
And it looks like they're getting ready to announce the winners, so we will stand by and see who wins.
At this time, we are pleased to announce our our 2018 Liberty North Homecoming King, Mr. Anthony Garcia.
And it looks like Anthony Garcia is our homecoming king.
So congrats to Anthony Garcia. That's a real huge life milestone. I mean, that's something you could tell your kids about. You know, if you ever have a profession, you can brag on the other guys, say, hey, I was the most popular in my high school. So a really cool honor for Anthony Garcia, something that he'll always remember.
Yeah, you can see his mom, Jessica, really excited there for Anthony there.
And looks like they are announcing the homecoming queen.
About ready to present the crown to our next homecoming queen.
And our 2018 Homecoming Queen, Miss Selma Khalil.
And it looks like it's going to be Selma Khalil as the next homecoming queen.
Yeah, congratulations to her. That's a really special moment she can share with her brother. Just like for her, something she'll always remember. And absolutely crazy moment for both of those two. And so congratulations to them, and just a big moment in their lives, something that you really never forget.
Yeah, so our homecoming court is going to be, our queen was Selma Khalil and our king, Anthony Garcia.
And she's all smiles after the win, her and her brother chatting it up. They're both really excited. Gotta smile for some pictures.
Let's give the entire court one more big Liberty North round of applause.
All right, and then one more word from about our sponsors. North Nation Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, serving communities all over the Northland and Liberty at 5 Victory Lane. All North Nation games are live streamed to northnationmedia.com, Channel 1. Tell your friends and relatives all over the country to watch northnationmedia.com, and if you're into Twitter, follow us at @knet_news for updates and news from every angle. North Nation Sports Game of the Week is produced in part by Niles Media, supporting Eagle broadcast excellence in our community. And also, parents, the PTA at Liberty North is the Eagle Club. Get involved with your kids' education today at North Nation with the Eagle Club. Fifthly, Crowley Furniture is a proud supporter of our broadcast program here at Liberty North. We appreciate your support, and make sure to go visit their showroom in Liberty. And lastly, Rancho Grande Cantina is our food sponsor for our North Nation media crew broadcasting tonight's game. Come check them out for great daily specials as well as specials during the Chiefs games. They're always available for catering and carry-out orders.
Yeah. And that will conclude the presentation of the first half. Liberty North leads St. Joe Central 23-0. And just a quick second to tell you guys to advertise with us, sponsor us, just do anything to help us out. Contact Jennifer Higgins at 816-736-5500 or at jenniferhiggins@lps53.org. Anything helps. But that will conclude our presentation of the first half. Liberty North leads St. Joe Central 23-0. I'm Trey DeGarmo alongside Cola Masters, and we will see you guys in the second half.
Them a few questions about themselves.
Activities I do, I play baseball, I play soccer, I'm in Link, EIP, and Educators Rising.
Some activities I am in is like Link, a student ambassador, I was in Key Club, yeah.
I am in basketball, baseball, and football.
My name is Lillian, and right now I'm involved in Stuco, EIP, and Link.
I'm a part of the basketball team, tennis team, fresh club, I think that's it.
I'm Bailey, and I'm involved in soccer, student council, Key Club, HOSA, Link, and EIP.
I'm involved in HOSA, student council, NHS, and I've done cross country for 4 years.
I'm Josie, and I'm involved in HOSA, student council, Link, National Honor Society. I play tennis, and I'm in the trap shooting club.
As of right now, I play football, I've played basketball, and I run track. I'm in Link, and I'm a student ambassador. I think that's about it.
The activity that takes up most of my time is probably debate.
A fun fact about me is I hate Chipotle. I don't like it at all. Yeah.
I've played soccer for 13 years.
I actually love to go hunting and fishing. I've been doing it since I was a little kid and plan to do it forever.
I was a gymnast for 9 years, but I quit now.
I love country music. That's a pretty fun fact.
I was a swimmer.
In 6th grade, I beat up Lily and Leslie with a hairbrush.
I have a pet snake.
Well, I'm attempting to play the guitar, though I don't know if that'll happen.
I am bilingual.
If I could tell an underclassman anything, it would probably just be to get involved and make friends and just have fun. Like, we only have 4 years, so make the best of it.
I think choose what you want to do and stick with it and put in the extra hours if you want to do something after school.
Grades do matter right now, even if they seem like they don't, like they really do.
Some advice I have for underclassmen is just be you, work hard, and good things will come to people that work hard.
I would say to get involved in a lot of things because it makes high school a lot more fun.
One piece of advice that I have is to definitely get involved. It just makes school so much more fun, and it actually helps it go by a lot faster too.
You're only here for 4 years, so just get involved, go to sporting events, do your homework, and just make the most of it.
Go to all the sporting events or Nest Fest and things like that.
To get involved, have fun, enjoy your time here because it goes fast, and just do your homework, get good grades, and just be a good person.
The advice I would get is it's never too early to start planning about your life. Like after high school, get a jump on it early, look at colleges or whatever post-education would look like.
Liberty North just recently attached a new addition to the sporting complex. With new bathrooms and a concession stand that is much closer to the bleachers, this opens up multiple opportunities to fans enjoying the games.
Fully stocked, ready to go. It's been used already for some events, so it is good to go.
Eagle Club is currently in charge of the concession stand.
And through Eagle Club, different groups and organizations sign up to run concessions like we've done for the first 8 years we've been open. That concession stand is just like any other one, so we have a big raffle or a big sign-up day that all groups sign up, but there will be students who are part of those groups that work in there as well.
The stadium was built first, then the concession stand. This leaves many people wondering if this opens up more opportunity for expansion.
There's always room for growth and development of any sport venue based on needs and wants and desires. We will add more bleachers in the future to help our expanding student section in our band, and more on the visitor side eventually because more fans come on the visiting teams.
People are very excited to have new, closer concession stands, and you should too.
On a football game, we got 5,000 people out there. It is packed. On a soccer game, we may have 500 people out there, and we get a lot of business that comes through there.
so get prepared to get some delicious snacks next time you're out at the game.
So this is a service project for Stuco, and we're making flowers and notes for kids who are sick at Children's Mercy. Then you make a flower, attach a note, and then we're going to deliver them to them.
If you're anything like me, you know pretty much nothing about this year's homecoming court. So we asked them a few questions about themselves.
Activities I do, I play baseball, I play soccer, I'm in Link, EIP, and Educators Rising.
Some activities I am in is like Link, a student ambassador. I was in Key Club. Yeah.
I am in basketball, baseball, and football.
My name is Lillian, and right now I'm involved in Stuco, EIP, and Link.
I'm a part of the basketball team, tennis team, fresh club. I think that's it.
I'm Bailey, and I'm involved in soccer, student council, Key Club, HOSA, Link, and EIP.
I'm involved in HOSA, student council, NHS, and I've done cross country for 4 years.
I'm Josie, and I'm involved in HOSA, Student Council, Link, National Honor Society. I play tennis, and I'm in the trap shooting club.
As right now, I play football, I've played basketball, and I run track. I'm in Link, and I'm a student ambassador. I think that's about it.
The activity that takes up most of my time is probably debate.
A fun fact about me is I hate Chipotle. I don't like it at all. Yeah.
I've played soccer for 13 years.
I actually love to go hunting and fishing. I've been doing it since I was a little kid and plan to do it forever.
I was a gymnast for 9 years, but I quit now.
I love country music. That's a pretty fun fact.
I was a swimmer.
In 6th grade, I beat up Lily and Leslie with a hairbrush.
I have a pet snake.
Well, I'm attempting to play the guitar, though I don't know if that'll happen.
I am bilingual.
If I could tell an underclassman anything, it'd probably just be to get involved and make friends and just have fun. Like, we only have 4 years, so make the best of it.
I think choose what you want to do and stick with it and put in the extra hours if you want to do something after school.
Grades do matter right now, even if they seem like they don't, like they really do.
Some advice I have for underclassmen is just be you, work hard, and good things will come to people that work hard.
I would say to get involved in a lot of things because it makes high school a lot more fun.
One piece of advice that I have is to definitely get involved. It just makes school so much more fun.
And we're back, Liberty North, and look at that. Not even skipping a beat. Keyshawn Turner is going to take the first play of the second half for a touchdown. Sorry there. We had that video running along. And
Not
we had a little
Keyshawn,
bit
Warren Bennett.
Was it Warren Bennett?
Yeah,
Not bad.
We're just getting back. It's all good. And,
let's go back to the video. Oh, yeah, and we're back. Sorry, we had that video, and then we had a little bit problem get it back to the game. But
yeah, St. Joe Central's a little bit like us. They're not quite back for the second half.
Yeah, it doesn't look like some of them look like they're still kind of in halftime mode right now. So they just score on that first play of the game, or the first play of the second half.
Yeah, that's just a huge start to the second half for the Eagles. I mean, there's no better way to start off a half than to take the opening kick for a touchdown. Great return from Warren Bennett. He had a huge week last week, and add a little something for this week as he returned this kick for a touchdown.
And another kick by Brady Pohl. That's going to be good. That's going to be good for his, looks like, 13th point of the game. He's got 3 field goals. No.
Oh, no, I want him on my fantasy team, though.
12th point of the game. That's what it is. Yeah, 12 points for Brady Pohl.
Yeah, big day so far for him.
Not even 20 seconds into the third quarter, and LNHS is already on the board again. It's not even like they got the ball. They're just going to kick it off again. And we're going to go to the replay since we didn't see it the first time. in real time. Let's see 1 minute get this touchdown.
So let's see how much of this we could get. And just the tail end of it, but you can see the excitement from Zach Willingham Davis and Garrett Lynn and Austin Haas as they come in. Just huge start to the second half for them. And looks like Brady Poole will be back to kick it off, and fully expect another touchback for the Eagles.
Yeah. I don't really think they're going to give them any chance to score, give them any leverage here at this point. Might as well just step on their throats and get this one over with, give them that touchback early. And sure enough, another touchback.
Yep, out of the back of the end zone, big kick, and not really a shot for St. Joe Central to do what Liberty North just did.
Nope.
And that was actually St. Joe Central's first kickoff of the game.
Yep. Special teams has not been great for St. Joe Central tonight. Well, not really any of their team has been amazing tonight. They don't have any points on the board, and their defense has given up points every single possession.
Yeah, Liberty North just having their way with the Indians all game. I mean, 30-0. It's, you can see it in the score.
Oh, a little bit of a different play call this time. Just a straight up handoff to the outside. They're going to get a couple yards off.
Yeah, a little bit of a, we're in that two-back set. Two running backs both next to the quarterback, and quarterback just going to fake it to the one receiver, or excuse me, the one running back. He's going to do a little twist, hand it to the other running back to try to get the defense flowing one way and get the ball the other way.
Turn.
Yep.
Get the other side. Looks like St. Joe's coming out with a little bit of a offensive style with that first play, trying to switch it up a little bit, catch Liberty North off guard.
They're going to run a little wishbone here.
Another option play, possibly, and they're just going to, Liberty North's going to keep that one up.
I couldn't quite tell how much you got out of that, but a pretty good little gain for the Indians. And that'll bring up third down about 2 yards. So this is a pretty big play for St. Joe Central. They're going to try to convert the first third down of the second half and try to, maybe end the drive in some points.
Maybe.
That would be the goal.
That's the ultimate goal, yeah. Wells back behind the shotgun like normal. And he takes back. Look, he's going to pass. It's going to be a quick pass, but it's going to be on the ground.
Oh, man. Intended receiver number 16. That's Landon Pasley again. And he's running a little quick slant there. Wells tried to get it to him quick because there's a quick slant. Got to thread the needle there between the linebacker and corner. And Pasley was not able to come up with the catch, but it looks like the referees are going to call a pass interference on the Eagles.
39, Nico Pelkey there.
Yep, just got to him a little early, and it'll cost him 5 yards from the spot. And that'll be a first down.
Yeah, that'll give St. Joe their fourth or fifth first down here of the game. It's got to be good just to be able to almost get out of your own territory and maybe put some points on the board here.
Looks like Wells in the shotgun again. Two-back set and another quick slant. And that's going to be a completed pass. They've had a lot of success passing so far in the game. And I believe we had some graphics of Taylor Wells in his season so far. See if we can get some of that pulled up.
That catch was made by number 7, Cooper Zahn, the senior, 6'2", 170.
Yeah, nice job of holding on to that one as he got hit from behind but was able to hold on to it.
Oh, another handoff. Number 44, Alex Pressman still.
Yeah, they've been giving him the ball quite a bit on these past few drives. Has been fairly quiet in past games, but this game they really have been trying to get him acclimated into the offense.
Look, it's going to be second and long again for the Indians. That's kind of been story of their night. Second or third and long and trying to convert. Again to Pressman as he gets a 3 or 4 yard gain, making it a little bit more manageable there.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a hole up the middle to run through, but he was stopped fairly quickly, but not until after about a 4 yard gain. So they're going to bring up third down about 60 yards, fairly manageable third down for the Indians. And I expect them to go back to their little bootleg pass to the outside that's been working for them, especially on these third downs.
Yeah, they set up again. In the shotgun, fullback set.
There's a quick throw, and looks like it's going to be completed again to number 7, Cooper Zond. And that 2 catches on this drive for him. He actually had a touchdown a few weeks ago. That's his only touchdown of the year. So, you know, doing pretty good this game compared to his last few games.
And they set up here. Indians the farthest they've been into the middle. Oh, and he's going to be brought down.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to pitch it out to his running back on the option, but he got wrapped up before he really could do anything. So he did a good job of just protecting the ball, making sure they don't give the ball away.
Yeah, just as I said that they were as deep as they can be, or as deep as they've been into Liberty North territory. They take a sack there and they lose a couple yards.
Yeah, a little bit of a commentator jinx, but you know, we don't subscribe to that theory, so not our fault. Looks like Central will line up in a wishbone 2-back set, and he'll roll around to the right side. That's Taylor Wells, and throw around.
Oh, it's knocked away.
Yeah, the pass was actually cut off and knocked away by number 1, Tyler Eckersley. Nice play to cut off. Looked like number 16, Landon Passley attended receiver again, and looked like he was running a little comeback on the short side of the field. Tyler Eckersley did a great job of reading it and jumping the pass.
Yeah, it's going to set up 3rd and long for the Indians here. Coming in 4 minutes into the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the Indians are going to hope to get something out of this drive. They're once again in Eagle territory, and last time they had decent field position, they were not able to convert. So this time they're going to hope to convert. And a lot of pressure coming on it.
Oh, and he's going to be sacked again.
Oh man, and that is number 2, Samuel Henderson, finishing up the sack there, and you know, that's really just going to halt their drive. That's going to bring up 4th down and long. And the Indians are going to have to punt. But great play from the Eagles. They brought pressure really quick, and they did a good job of wrapping up. And let's take a replay. Take a look at that.
It looks like the initial contact was number 40, Andrew Stevenson, or number 90, Jersey Braden, and then Andrew Stevenson coming in, then finishing off.
Yep, got some Eagles coming in, delivering some initial blows, and then Samuel Henderson was able to finish it off with him. And that'll bring up a punt for St. Joe Central. And it looks like it will be returned, and that's A.J. Wood. And wow, he is actually brought down. Great play on the special teams unit for St. Joe Central. A.J. Wood was not able to get anything out of the return, and the Eagles will start deep in their own territory at about the 11-yard line. So something the Eagles haven't really dealt with too much in this game, bad field position. Last time they didn't have good field position, they scored just a field goal, but I do believe every time the Eagles have gotten the ball, they've scored. So yeah. I don't think Coach Jones is too worried about his offense at the moment. And that'll bring the Eagles offense onto the field.
Starting at about the 11-yard line, Jake Van Dyne hopes to get this explosive offense going again. Just taking some time off the clock, maybe putting some points on the board here.
Yeah, they'll hand it up to Keyshawn Turner going up the middle. He breaks a couple tackles and gets dragged down after a pretty decent game. This is actually their first drive of the second half. First time they got the ball, they just took the kick for a touchdown, as you guys saw. So Van Dyne's going to have to get his team, his offense going here in the second half.
Yeah, their first place from scrimmage showed to be pretty good for 5 yards from Turner. Is going to bring up 2nd and 5 from about the 20-yard line.
A little quick pass to A.J. Wood. And, he's going to try to get around the outside. And he will pick up the first down. Looks like they gained about 6 or 7 yards. Looks like they just had a quick little a hitch to A.J. Wood. He ran about 6 yards and stopped to come back to the quarterback. Van Dyne hit him real quick, and nice gain for the Eagles. But it looks like it will come back. There's some laundry on the field. I believe it's on the Eagles, but we'll have to wait for the signal from the referee.
Looks like there was too many men on the field for the Eagles there, so that is going to bring them back to their original line of scrimmage.
Eligible receiver downfield for Liberty North.
Yeah, that'd be a 5-yard penalty. And it's things like that that really kill drives, just mental mistakes. Like Coach Jones was talking about, when we talked to him, he wanted his team to refine themselves, chip away at the little things and refine and improve a lot. But that right there doesn't look like they refined at all. I mean, that's a silly mistake. Can't be making stuff like that.
Well, after all that, it looks like this would be the equivalent of just one incomplete pass from first down. And it's going to be a complete pass.
Oh, and some shiftiness from Warren Bennett.
From Warren Bennett, and he's going to get a first down there.
Yeah, he picked up a nice block on the outside, and he did a good job of going right off the butt of Braden Servino, going around the outside. And he had a running lane. He went right through it, shimmied away from a defender, and kind of drove through a tackle, got a couple yards after contact. He was eventually drugged down, but not after a nice gain. And it looks like we have a St. Joe Central defender injured on that play. Didn't quite see a number. So Eagles will take a knee just to respect the injured player. And now we're taking a look at a little comparison between the two running backs of these two teams. That would be Keyshawn Turner. So far in his season, he had 76 carries for 368 yards, and that's about 4.8 yards a carry and 5 touchdowns on the season.
And then Hunter Madison, he's got 59 carries in the year. Haven't seen much of him tonight with 358 yards, so pretty close to Keyshawn after 4 games. 6.1 average yards, and then only 2 rushing touchdowns. So more carries and yards for Keyshawn along with touchdowns, but more average yards of play for Madison.
Yeah, Madison is really making every time he gets the ball count. 6 yards a carry is very impressive. Keyshawn's 4.8 is almost just as impressive, but those 5 touchdowns really stand out. Keyshawn's really having a great year so far. The junior running back, he's a big man, 6'1", 220 pounds, really runs the ball hard, but Hunter Madison's also a pretty big kid, and he showed that he could run the ball really well. 358 yards on only about 60 carries so far in the year. I mean, that's impressive stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like the injured player is up off the field. Never really did get a number on him, but out come the Eagle offense again, trying to advance here to get into Indian territory.
So it looks like Van Dyne will lead his team back out onto the field after that injury timeout. And they'll start off with 2 receivers to the right with Keyshawn in the backfield. Try a little hard snap and give it to Keyshawn up the middle. Keyshawn will bounce it to the left side of the field, and
got a block.
Yeah, got a nice block from Braden Stravino, and then ran right through the corner for a really hard, about 15 yards it looks like. A pretty big game from Keyshawn Turner. Nice run.
Yes, he hasn't had a big, huge commanding game as he had in the past because they haven't really ran many plays on offense, and they also had a bunch of receiving touchdowns and then receiving plays. So you haven't had a bunch of Keyshawn, but you have seen glimpses of him. He's probably got 80 rushing yards, so it's really good to see him being able to get out there and make plays.
Yeah, we actually don't have the stats on him, but that's just a guess. And Keyshawn's really done a great job of. And it looked like he was down already.
Yeah,
but
it looks like he's going to be down by contact.
Keyshawn's done a great job of making the most of every time he gets the ball, as he picks up about 5 yards there. St. Joe Central believes they have the ball, but it looks like the referees are signaling it dead. And Liberty North's offense will stay on the field. Yeah, and they signal it as Liberty North ball, as we suspected. And we'll have about a 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Eagles. So they have a 1-back set. And it will be a little sweep to Keyshawn on the outside, a little zone read. And another big play from the Eagles, a big run play.
Keyshawn there.
Yeah, most of the big plays for the Eagles so far have been passing plays, but Keyshawn's showing that they can get it done on the ground too.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 10 or 15 yard gain there from Keyshawn. Bring him into Indian territory and set up another scoring drive.
And that's really how you get your offensive line into the game. It's when you just start grounding and pounding. I mean, like, offensive line, they don't love the pass block. They're just shuffling their feet and trying to stay still. But on these run plays, they can go out and they can go after safeties. They can go after linebackers, and they can really try to put people on their back, and that's when you get them really rolling. And looks like another decent play. They'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards. Keyshawn tackled by 2 St. Joe Central defenders after he runs one over. And it looks like Liberty North will stick to running the ball so far on this drive, as that's what has kept the chains moving on this drive.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. So maybe a couple more runs will give them a first down here.
They're averaging about 5 yards a carry on a year. Just give him the ball twice. That's a first down. And it looks like that's kind of Coach John's mentality so far on this drive. And it looks like they will fake it to Keyshawn, and Van Down will air it out deep. And he is an open man, and Braden Stervino.
Look at him go.
His first touchdown of the year.
It is going to be a touchdown for Stervino.
And can we say it? He mossed him. I mean, wow. He went right up over, high-pointed the ball right in the end zone, showing off those great hands that he hasn't had much of a chance to show off so far in this game. And, wow. And let's take a replay of that. I need to see that again. That was fantastic. And watch. Oh, my goodness. Just showing off the hands. And really, it was good coverage, but Van Dyne did a great job of putting it right where only Stervino could get it. And Stu went up and grabbed it over the St. Joe Central defender for a nice 6 points.
Yeah, Stu, 6'2", tall guy, was able to get over the defense there and be able to get that touchdown.
Yep, and Pohl with the extra point. That is good, and that'll bring up a 37-0 lead for the Liberty North Eagles over the St. Joe Central Indians.
Yes, we've got 2 touchdowns from A.J. Wood, one from
And looks like the Indians will line up to get another kickoff. They're going to hope to get some points on the board at least. And let's take a look at St. Joe Central's quarterback, Taylor Wells, stats on the season. This is before this game. So he has 70 attempts. He's completed 30 of those. That's about 43%. And for 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. So not the most efficient. They've thrown the ball quite a bit, and 43% is a little shaky, but pretty solid for a guy that's able to run the ball as well as him. And 334 yards is pretty solid.
Yeah, we've got 4 touchdowns here on the night, and then 3 field goals. 2 touchdowns from A.J. Wood, and then 1 there coming from Stervino, is really bringing an offensive power here for Liberty North.
And the kick is underway, and it looks like another good kick from Brady Pohl. And absolutely, that is another touchback. The Eagles will do their usual running through the end zone just to show off a little bit.
Yeah, and that'll bring the Eagle defense back on the field, as both the offense and the defense are getting pretty equal work out here, not getting too tired. But I think St. Joe is having a little bit of a tough time having to run off the field all the time, because we do have a couple players playing on both sides of their ball. Normally they're really good players, like the players they have that are really good. Landon Palsy and Alex Cottle both play on both sides of the ball. And it looks like they're getting a little bit tired, not getting great offensive
Yeah, and it looks
power
like they're
from
doing a little bit of a wildcat here.
They're going to get a pass play, and it looks like it's going to be incomplete there.
Yeah, and that was number 3, Quentin Trotter, throwing the ball there. Haven't seen much of him so far in this game. That pass was incomplete, but it'll be interesting to see if Wells comes back in the game. Maybe he's injured.
No, it looks like Trotter is going to take another snap. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he's the backup or something. We don't know the whole roster situation, so for now we have Trotter, and they run a little zone read, and Trotter will keep the ball, and he'll get lit up around the outside by Samuel Henderson. He did a great job of making sure that Trotter couldn't bounce it to the outside and stop them in his tracks.
A little bit about Trotter. He's a junior, 5'9", 155, a little bit smaller than Wells was, but it looks like he's going to stay in the game. Maybe there's something, they're taking a little precaution with Wells as he is their starting quarterback. Maybe get him checked out and then brought back in the game later.
Yeah, and with Trotter, he looks like a smaller guy, but just watching him from the first few plays, he is quick.
He's a quick guy, yeah. He's got He's probably got the potential to scramble and then also get out of the pocket quick and make those throws.
Throws it around the outside, up the middle. Oh, threw across his body. Not the smartest thing. You don't see that a lot, but tried to throw it back to the middle of the field after rolling to the left, and pass was broken up, almost intercepted by the Eagles, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 8, and St. Joe Central will probably punt again. It looks like they will.
Yeah, this is gonna be their 6th or 7th 3 and out for the Indians, having one other turnover on downs, but other than this is really all we've been seeing. Punting from within their own territory from the Indians and just trying to keep up on defense.
Oh, and it looks like a false start, but I don't think they'll call it.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where.
Yeah, at this point in the game, they may not care a lot. And A.J. Wood will pick up the punt and go around the right side.
Gets a little tripped up there, but it breaks through it.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good block there, and he looks like he's going to get all the way to about the 15 or the 20 there.
Yeah,
pretty
huge
good
return.
Run by A.J. Wood.
Huge return from A.J. Wood. Showed a lot of passion, a lot of hard running there on that one. He doesn't even care that he's up big. He's trying to get the most out of every time he gets the ball. And even at the end of that run, when he knew he was going to have to go out of bounds, he still put his head down to try to get as many yards as he could. So a lot of passion from that kid.
And we're got a replay of that kickoff return, or that punt return there from A.J. Wood.
Here's a punt, a little bit of a shorter punt, but A.J. Wood does a great job of getting it off the high bounce. And sees that he doesn't have anything to left, so immediately runs around to the right, trying to beat everyone with his speed, as he's done also all game. And eventually gets brought down, but here we have Zach Davis not able to get anything out of that run. No, it looks like it'll be back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, and here it looks like Liberty North has actually brought in their backup quarterback. That would be number 10, Ian Bollinger, the sophomore. He's 6'2", 265 pounds. And I believe that this is just his second outing, as he also played against Truman, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago for the Eagles.
It seems that Coach Jones and the Eagle offense have decided that it's to the point of no return for the Indians, and they're going to not try and risk their star quarterback, Jake Van Dyne.
Yeah, and they're going to run a little sweep around the outside to wide receiver Tyler Janess, another sophomore. He shows a lot of potential. He's a bigger kid at 6 foot, and really hard runner, as you saw in that one. He lowered his head and tried to get as many yards as he could.
Looks like most of the offensive line stays in, and then they bring in a bunch of the newer faces that don't get a bunch of playing time into this game.
And here we are headed into the 4th quarter. The Eagles will lock their wings. They are winning 37-0 against the St. Joe Indians. And, yeah, Coach Jones really couldn't have asked for anything better. I mean, their offense got out to a fast start. They never stopped. Their defense never let up. And, you know, that reflects on the scoreboard. A 37-0 lead is impressive no matter who you're playing. So the Eagles have to be happy. And for the Indians, you know, in this 4th quarter, they're just going to try to get some points on the board. They don't want to go scoreless. That's never something you want, obviously. So we'll see if they can turn it around a little bit in the 4th quarter. But it looks like both teams have kind of accepted the fate as some backups are coming in for both of the teams. But it's going to give us an early look at some of the sophomores and some of the juniors who don't get a lot of playing time for both these teams. It's a great chance to see some development from those younger players, and it's a great chance for them to get in.
We got a pretty good shot of Mitchell up there in the booth. Say hi, Mitchell.
Yeah, you see
wave
he's
a
on
little bit.
The little panel with 3 on the right, just waved his arm. And Mitchell's a beloved guy around this Eagle studio. And
we don't really know what – he doesn't have a really specific title, but if you ask him to do it, he'll probably do it.
Yeah, he's everything. Anything you need, he's got it. And let's go back to the game real quick. The Eagles line up in a 2-receiver set.
And off to Zach Davis up the middle again. He's probably going to get 3 or 4 yards in that play.
And we'll see if they are given the first down or not. That was 3rd and 4. And it looks like they will spot them. Oh, it's going to be close, but it looks like they will give them the first down. That'll bring up first down and goal from about the 9-yard line, it looks like. And it looks like they will line up in a single back set with 2 receivers on the right. They'll motion over to the left and hand it off to Tyler Janesser on the left side, a little sweep. And he lowers his head, trucks the St. Joe Central defender for a couple yards on that one. Looks like he got about 3 or 4 yards out of that.
Yeah, Tyler, like most football players here in the school, have been playing ever since like they can remember as little kids with Pop Warner, which is so popular here in Liberty. And because he's a sophomore, hasn't gotten a bunch of varsity opportunity to play. But it's good to see him getting out there and, along with his other sophomore buddies, getting some playing time here against the failing Central Indians.
Yeah, and looks like we have some laundry on the field here. The referees are talking it over. They're not sure what they're going to call. And it will be holding on the Eagles. That'll set it back 10 yards from the spot. So it'll be about 1st and goal from maybe the 15-yard line, somewhere around there. And that'll put the Eagles behind the chains. Coach Jones won't be too happy about that, but 37-0 is nothing to be upset about, so can't be too mad. And we've about 11 minutes, 11 seconds here in this 4th quarter. Liberty North leads St. Joe Central 37-0. Liberty North has really just had their way with the Indians in this entire game. Liberty North has scored on every drive they've had. And St. Joe Central has only been in Eagle territory twice, and they really just got to the shallow end of the territory.
Yeah. And it looks like they've gotten to the point, at least the officials have conversed, and they're going to start running this clock, get this game just about over with, as the score has been a little bit unsurpassable for the Indians.
Yeah, and for those of you that do not know what a running clock means, it just means that from where you start, like timeouts, out of bounds, scoring plays will not stop the clock. So the game will be over in 10 minutes and 37 seconds exactly. There will be no stoppages of time.
And that was a pretty good run by 34. Zach Davis is getting a little bit more playing time, with Keyshawn getting some much needed off time as they bring in the subs here.
Yeah, and that'll bring up, looks like 2nd down and 16 for the Eagles. And Bollinger will take the snap. He'll have Tyler Janess motion to the right, and a little sweep to him again. I believe that was the 3rd time they've ran that to Janess. And he will gain just a couple yards on that. And it looks like we have an injured Indian on the field. That's another injury, so the referees will signal that as an injury timeout.
Injury timeout on the field.
And can't quite see the number on this one, but of course we all hope he's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game. And, you know, you hate to see anyone get injured seriously or injured at all.
No, on either side, yeah, you
games.
really hate to see that.
Yeah.
It looks like they are going to keep the clock still. At least maybe if they score another touchdown here, they'll decide to keep it running. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and goal from around the 6.
Yeah, I believe for injuries they do stop the clock just because you don't know how long that's going to take.
Could run off.
So, yeah, they'll start the clock right away.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, injuries are a different story for our running clock. Just because if a guy breaks his leg, they don't want that to take up the rest of the game. Just some clarification. And it looks like the Eagles will have a single back set. Bollinger will take it from the shotgun. He'll hand it up the middle to Zach Willingham Davis, and he'll stride forward. Looks like he'll get to about the 2-yard line of the Indians. The Eagles will look to score once again and continue the trend of scoring on every drive, even with their backups in. And I know that's something that the coaches over at Liberty North really take pride in, is even when their backups come in, they don't break stride. They want the starters to hit the backups in stride and just have them continue the game running. And that'll bring up 4th down about 3 yards, but really just to the goal line. Bollinger will take it from shotgun.
And they are going to get an offside penalty here.
And it looks like
neutral zone infraction, looks like.
Yep, they will call it neutral zone. And that is an automatic 1st down. It will be half the distance of the goal. Normally a 5-yard penalty, but when you get inside the 10, it's half the distance. And I believe automatic 1st down.
Well, if not.
Well, maybe not.
Well, if not here, the Eagles still don't really get many opportunities at practice to try and get these goal line plays. So even though it is 4th down, they are probably going to try and get it in the end zone here. Get some real life defense. And Davis, he gets tripped up.
Big stop for the Indians. Wow, Zach Davis really just pulled down from his ankles trying to get into the end zone, but he had a little bit of running room and not able to get the touchdown. So that'll bring up first down going the other way for the Indians. They are deep in their own territory, about their own 2-yard line. So if the Eagles bring in their subs on defense, they'll get a chance to show that they have some big play potential and get a safety. But it looks like the starters will be coming back on. So not maybe a few subs coming in, but
And it looks like
it looks like their starters are remaining on the field. They don't want to take any risks.
And that's the
But
first
they're gonna
drive
catch
Liberty
them
North
off guard a
has
little bit.
had. They have not scored. There we go. Oh, that could be a
And
safety right there.
oh, is it a safety?
That's very close.
They might give them forward progress.
To about the 1, maybe.
Yeah, they're gonna hard to tell from this angle if it was a safety, but no doubt that the referees at this stage in the game will give the Indians the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it's really been a rough time for the Indians. This is a tough spot for them to be in, knowing that they've had a majority of their plays being stopped in the backfield and for no gain. So this is a tough point for the Indian offense, but a good striding opportunity for the Liberty North defense trying to get a safety here, maybe. Trotter steps back in the backfield, gets a pass, and it looks like it's going to just fall short, though. Incomplete. And it looks like Trotter is going to stay in the game, number 3, for number 8, Taylor Wells. So it looks like they're going to take out their starting quarterback for the game, and Trotter's going to stay in for the remainder of this contest. It's going to be around 3rd down 11 from about the 1. I would expect another pass play here because Liberty North has eaten up their rush. And so maybe another pass play, so their defense will probably take a zone here and try and stop this 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, and the Indians are going to try to avoid a safety at any cost. Any penalties in the end zone will be a safety, so they need to be careful. And it looks like they will get the pass off. And wow, that can't see any receivers around there, but
like intentional grounding there. Didn't see any receiver there, but we didn't have a great angle from the camera.
Yeah,
so.
not pretty zoomed in there. So, and do the referees even really want to call it at that point? Not really. But yeah, the win's pretty much secured for the Eagles. That'll improve their record to what is that? 3-2 on the year. So they would go over 500.
And then 3-0.
I believe
yeah.
that is the first time they have been over 500 with Coach Jones. So a pretty big achievement there for them. And the Indians will unfortunately fall to 1-4, with their only win being over Truman last week. And the Indians are really going to want to take what they had from this game and improve on pretty much everything. But looks like the Eagles will take the punt, and
number 81, Caden Armstead, the sophomore, taking it for a little bit and getting to about midfield here.
Yeah, nice little return. I showed a little bit of shiftiness, trying to evade some defenders and got himself around midfield.
Yeah, you can see here. Yeah, the Indians are going to fall to 1-4 and 1-2 in the conference, and Liberty North is going to grow to 3-2, 3-0 in the conference as they go into Staley next week. It should be a difficult game as Staley is the reigning state champions, and it's going to be their homecoming game, so they should have a great atmosphere. And so Liberty North will have a tough one next week, but hopefully they'll take in this great momentum from these last 2 games. Big game against Liberty in their homecoming game this week, and maybe try and pull out a win on the road against Staley.
Yeah, and here's number 24, Jason White, the junior. Looks like a hard run from him. Looks like he got about 10 yards maybe on that run. That was really nice. And, it's a big win in a big game for Liberty North. It is their homecoming week. It's always big to get a win on homecoming. And looks like Liberty North will bring in another backup quarterback. It'd be number 9. We don't know who it is.
I think it may be Cade DeValcanair, number 9.
Yeah, Cade DeValcanair. So they'll have the 3rd string quarterback coming in. So a lot of backups coming in for them.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it looks like we have a injured Eagle on the field. It looks like number
Dylan Moore.
66,
I think it's
Dylan Moore. It looks like.
Oh wait, yeah, Dylan Moore.
Yeah, and he looks to have a left leg injury or a foot injury maybe. So we hope that he's okay.
Dylan Moore does play both sides of the ball with a little something interesting here. On defense, he has to be when he's on defense, he has to be number 66. When he goes on to the offense, he has to be number 97. So we have to switch jerseys there, and that's something a little bit interesting you don't normally see.
Okay, and let's take a look at the records for everyone in the Suburban Red Conference. So Staley has the best record in the conference at 4-0, and Liberty North has the second best, as they have the tiebreaker over Liberty and Lee Summit. They're a 2-2 record. Lee Summit and Liberty at 2-2, right below them, and then Park Hill South at 1-3. Their only win is actually against Central, and then Central's 1-3 as well. They'll be 1-4 after this game, but their only wins over Truman. And Truman's 0-4 currently. We don't have anything on these other games, so we don't know what everyone's record will be after. But that is everyone's record as it stands. And just to clarify a little bit, the conference and district are completely different. So conference is regular season. That's like the teams that you'll play mostly in the regular season. And the conference champ is just based off a regular season record. And then once you're done with the regular season, you go into postseason, and that's when you start playing your district teams. So these teams that are in the same conference, they are not necessarily going to be playing each other. Once you get to postseason, it's going to be them playing their teams in their districts. So that'll bring up about 3 minutes left in the game. Liberty North still leads 37-0. They'll have the ball at about the St. Joe Central 27-yard line, about 2nd and 7. K.D. Volcanier is at quarterback, and Jason White behind him. And we just actually got news that Liberty is up 39-35 with only 1 minute left over Lee Summit North. And that's actually huge, as that if Liberty loses that game, they would fall below 500, but it looks like they are leading, so if they're able to win it, they can keep it the same record as Liberty North.
Yeah, and Liberty North ended up losing to Lee Summit North first game of the season.
Yep.
So
Liberty North was just not able to stop the run in that game, but it looks like Liberty didn't have a lot of defense going, but they were able to outscore them.
Mm-hmm. So a little bit interesting here. Both Liberty North and Liberty have beaten Truman. Liberty's beaten Park Hill. Liberty North lost. Liberty looks like they may end up defeating Lee Summit North, and Liberty North ended up losing to Lee Summit North. So based on those, it looks like Liberty should have won last week's contest, but Liberty North environment and offense just really stumped out the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and Liberty just missed opportunities. They had a lot of great passes from Alex Rush, but their wide receivers weren't able to hold on to a lot of them. And then a couple turnovers really just killed Liberty in that game. So I think Liberty really should have won that game, but they really just beat themselves.
DeValcanair, number 9, steps up, is going to be in the shotgun again with about a little bit under a minute and a half left in this game. This should be the last drive for the Eagles, maybe trying to get one last touchdown in, get these offensive subs a little bit of a score here.
Yeah, absolutely. This game is going to wind down, and Liberty North has to really be feeling good. This is going to be back-to-back wins for them, and last week against a rival Liberty, huge win. Liberty's obviously a good team. They beat in Park Hill, and it looks like they're going to beat Lee Summit North. Don't want to jinx that one, but they are leading with 1 minute left. And, Liberty has really been capable, and they beat them last week. And St. Joe Central, a conference opponent, and, they're really able to beat them convincingly. So Liberty North has to really be feeling good about the way they've played.
And it looks like Liberty North is going to take victory formation here, as K. DeValcanair is just going to kneel. Not going to try and keep the Indians bleed here. They're just going to take this last play here to the end of the game.
And the game clock and the play clock are actually off by a few seconds, so Liberty North is going to have to take one more kneel before the end of this game. And looks like they're going to continue to do it from the shotgun, which is a little unconventional, but that's just how they do it around Liberty North.
Yep, it looks like they're not even going to.
And they may just reset the play clock to make sure that they don't really have to kneel again.
And that is going to end it, folks. Liberty North taking this game 37-0 on their own home turf during their own homecoming game.
Yep, Liberty North has to really be feeling good about this, as we've talked about, and 37-0 win is, something good, regardless of who you're playing, especially if you're playing a conference opponent. Players like Jake Van Dyne, Keyshawn Turner, AJ Wood, they all shined in this game. Liberty North's defense played outstanding. Shutout, that's huge in any point of the game, and so that'll wrap up our broadcast of this.
All right, we're going to take a couple look at some big plays here from the game from our replay crew here in the studio, and so we're going to take a couple looks at some replays here.
Yeah, we don't want you guys to go off feeling empty. We want to show you guys some of the best plays of the night, and here we had that diving catch, the first touchdown for the Eagles, as Jake Van Dyne airs it out, about a 40-yard throw, and here AJ Wood again, his second touchdown of the year. This was on the second drive of the game, and wow, just a huge play on the first two drives that really set the tone for the Eagles in this game, and let St. Joe Central know that the Eagles came here to play.
Yeah, they did, and here's another wide receiver screen that ended up working out pretty well for AJ Wood.
Yeah, this one actually got called back. It's blocking the back on the right side of your screen, but AJ Wood showing a lot of speed here. So he ends up getting pushed down, but not until after a huge play for the Eagles. Here again, we have Jake Van Dyne aired out another wide receiver screen, this time to Braden Servino. I believe it was the very next play after. And juiced a couple of defenders. And ends up just lowering his shoulder there and diving forward to get a couple extra yards, and huge play for the Eagles. And here, this was a play for AJ Wood. He's running across the field on the, I believe it was a punt return. And just trying to get as many yards as he can. Doesn't even care how much they're up by. Always showing a lot of heart.
And then another here by Warren Bennett had a pretty good.
Yeah, and here's the kickoff return for a touchdown.
This is the start of the second half. Kickoff return by Warren Bennett.
Yeah, got a lot of key blocks there, and had a lot of open lanes.
Yeah, he did.
So,
he got just able to
pretty
score
easy
there.
Return for him.
And that should be about it for replay, as those are the touchdowns. And then we got one more here from.
Yep, another long pass play from Van Dyne as he hits Braden Servino.
Servino getting in the end zone.
That'll be the last of our replays. Huge play for them, but that will conclude our broadcast of the Liberty North Eagles versus St. Joe Central. Liberty North winning by a score of 37-0. We had a blast calling this game,
we did.
and that'll do it for us. I'm Trader Garmo.
And I'm Cole Masters, and we will see you in a couple weeks as Liberty North takes on Lee Summit here again, and until then, we will see you later.
Okay.